Abdul Carter in there involved in that play as well. Abdul Carter, big star for Penn State. Fumble by Altmaier, recovered by Penn State. 23 seconds left. They can take the knee at the Illinois 33-yard line. Flag.
Holding.
Here's a flag.
Number 58.
Holding on Illinois.
The result of the play was a fumble recovered by Penn State. First down and 10.
And the fumble recovered by Penn State. 7 sacks, 13 tackles for loss tonight for that Nittany Lion defense. Holding teams to 13 points a game. They only had 4 sacks this year. They got 7 tonight. They only had 15 tackles for loss. They got 13 tonight. That's winning up front. 1st and 10. They're going to take the knee. Victory formation here for the Nittany Lions, who have 21-7. And they will take a knee, and that is going to wrap it up. Aller takes the knee. Brett Bielema, James Franklin will shake hands. The fireworks go off atop the stadium. And Penn State has ended Illinois' winning streak here at 4. The Illini came in here and stole one 3 years ago and tried to do it again tonight, but the game kind of flipped near the end of the first half. As the clock runs out, Penn State with the win. Winning up front in this game on both sides. They win it 21-7. The postgame show is coming up next, presented by your Central Illinois Toyota dealer. Steve Kelly has that for us. We'll talk to Coach Bielema as well. Penn State with a win, 21-7, here in Happy Valley on the Busey Bank Illini Sports Network from Learfield.
Yeah, the lights here that they can flip on and off like you do your lights at home.
That's right. It gets real dark real quick here in the Rose Bowl, but the pregame festivities have been amazing. It's crazy to see how many Duck fans have traveled down from Eugene, and as we all know, a large contingency of Duck fans living down in Southern California anyways. It's more of a split crowd than I think some Bruins would like to admit.
Yeah, there are a lot of empty seats here at the Rose Bowl. It's a big, big facility, and there are a lot of green and yellow, and not a whole lot of UCLA. They've had a tough start to this season. We'll see how loud it gets in here tonight. Who is the loudest? And Dusty, again, down on the sideline with our Toyota sideline mic. We got to walk the field. You're down there on it now. This is not an extremely fast track, but it is a clean and tight track on that field, isn't it?
It is. I mean, this grass is the best that there is, and it's a little bit longer than we are used to for Rose Bowl games, or in years past when the Ducks have come down. It's a little bit grown out because there's been a lot of action on it to start the season. There's some holes that they've been kind of covering up, so it'll be a different footing for the Oregon Ducks because not a lot of times you're playing on grass anymore. This is one of the rare times that you're going to be on a grass field, and a lot of the home games for the Ducks, obviously, you're playing on that turf.
I think the players love it too. Georgie, I mean, you played on the old, was it OmniTurf, the sand turf field at Autzen, one of the early artificial surfaces, and then you played on grass. What would your preference be?
Grass. I mean, of this quality, and in the quality that in those times, many decades ago.
AstroTurf? Was it called AstroTurf?
Yeah, that's right. No, I mean, when you had played Arizona State, Arizona here in the Rose Bowl and the Coliseum, there were 5 or 6 teams that you would play against. That when you played on the road, it was in grass, and it was
Stanford.
Yeah, Stanford's always been really good. A little bit long sometimes if they wanted to try to slow you down, but high quality. And so it just feels better because it's a tight track. It's still, as Dusty says, maybe a little bit longer grass, but it's a fast track, and guys like this love to play on fast tracks.
The uniform selection for Oregon tonight is reminiscent of really when you played football. The combinations look very similar, and it's kind of almost retro.
Yeah, the yellow pants. I mean, I only think we have one pair of pants, frankly. It was either yellow with green at home with the jersey or yellow with white on the road. So we had one pair of pants, but this is the pair of pants. And I love seeing them again because it takes you back.
And the yellow helmet, too, look really, really sharp. Well, we're going to be watching a lot of things tonight. First of all, can Oregon start the way they finished against Oregon State? First half of that ball game, they played pretty well, but in the second half, they played lights out, both sides of the ball.
Yeah, can they get in a rhythm early offensively like they did 2 weeks ago where they scored on every possession other than at the end of the first half and end of the game when they took a knee purposely? Can they get into that type of offensive rhythm early? And then defensively, can you play like you did particularly the last 2 quarters? I thought Oregon's defense played pretty well in the first half against Oregon State. Oregon State ran the ball here and there. They had a quarterback in McCoy that was able to scramble out for some big plays, but can you play that type of defense in the first half of this game to really set the tone against UCLA here in the Rose Bowl.
And they will need to. I mean, you're on the road. You got to put your best foot forward first, and we've seen a lot of games today already where teams played around a little bit and let teams play with them. And this is an opportunity for Oregon. It's the last game, although it's starting on the East Coast at 11 o'clock tonight. I'm not sure how many people in New York are watching this game tonight, unless you're a dyed-in-the-wool Duck fan.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's going to be a late night on the east side of the country, no doubt about it. And hopefully Oregon gives them good reason to go to bed early tonight by playing great in the first half.
Well, we're watching for a couple of milestones, not milestone, but at least something to look forward to, and that is Terrence Ferguson with 13 in his career. Ferguson is just 2 touchdown catches away from the U of O record for touchdowns by a tight end. So that's a milestone. He could hit. He is that good. Ferguson's 13 receptions in 2024, third most among Big Ten tight ends this year. And by the way, he's back for his 4th and final season in 24. He has a shot at becoming the most accomplished tight end in Oregon football history. And as we go throughout this season, we will talk about that. And then, of course, there's Dylan Gabriel and what he has accomplished with 84% passing efficiency, the best in the nation.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Just the decisions that he has made this year, whether it is to take a sack, not throw it into coverage, or whatever else it might be, he has played about as good as you can potentially play. No interceptions, 6 touchdowns. But as you mentioned, Jerry, just from a standpoint of accuracy, making good decisions, putting the ball on the money where you need to put it, 84% is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and this is something that
I don't care if you play against the air, 84%
no,
stuff.
You're right. This is something that kind of jumped out at me. I didn't realize he was this close. He needs 135 total yards to join Case Keenum as the only players in NCAA history to reach 17,000 career total yards. That's an amazing category when you're one of only 2 guys to do that.
Crazy.
It really is crazy. And to realize that we had a guy much like Dylan for the last 2 years in Bo Nix, not knowing what we would follow Bo Nix up with, thinking, well, we'll never have a guy like that. And here we do.
Did a pretty nice run, no doubt.
No doubt about it. All right, getting down to 3.5 minute mark. UCLA has come out. Oregon just coming out of the tunnel right now. See, we hear some of the Duck fans. Yeah, you can hear them. All that noise is Duck fans. We're hoping to hear that a lot here tonight. This is a game where not only do you want to win, and that's the name of the game, but Dusty Hare, I'll go down to you on our Toyota sideline mic again. You'd like to play well enough to continue to get some guys playing time, to continue to build depth, because you're going to need it when you get some of the meat of the conference coming up.
That's right, and that's something that early in the year, as rotations were starting to be figured out, games were a little bit tighter, so those young guys didn't get that action. But right now, you look at an opportunity tonight. If you start fast, like you guys said, and the way they finished that game at Oregon State, I mean, it puts you in a lot better situation. Close the door early, because UCLA, when they went to Baton Rouge and played LSU last week, LSU left the door open, and they got more of a scare than they thought they were going to get in Baton Rouge.
A lot of, I don't say a lot, but a significant number of
captains come in and greet each other.
Oregon players, and we'll talk about that throughout the game. Right now, we got the co-captains coming out and meeting each other. The referee tonight, Ron Snodgrass.
Visitors, you'll call the toss. I want your call before I flip the coin. You repeat his call. This is the coin. This is the head. The Big Ten logo is the tail. What's your call? Heads. He's called heads. We'll let it hit the ground. It's a tail. UCLA's won the toss, and they deferred their choice to the second half. Oregon will receive. Which goal you want to kick from?
Well, there you go. Oregon going to get the ball first. I think the Ducks have only won one flip, and I think that was against Oregon State last game 2 weeks ago. One flip of the coin. Have they won? I can't remember. They haven't been very fortunate on the coin toss.
No, 50-50 chance, right? I mean, it'll all catch up.
Yeah. Let's get out of here and come back and kick it off. Oregon and UCLA at the Rose Bowl on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
What's up, sandwich heads? Today on Steve-O's Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order. And it all starts with this little guy right here. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Yeah, add the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar and cue the fireworks. Lunch, dinner, or late night, it'll be a sandwich worth celebrating. Every bite is better with Pepsi.
Pepsi is proudly distributed by locally owned Bigfoot Beverages. Go Ducks, drink Pepsi.
This season, the Ducks have their eyes on the ball, and fans have their eyes on the bundle, the McDonald's Game Day Bundle. Score big with the new cheeseburger pack, including 2 of the classic cheeseburgers you love, a 20-piece chicken McNuggets, and 2 medium orders of our world-famous fries, all for just $14.99, only on the app. Must opt into rewards at participating McDonald's, valid through 2024-25 football season. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl, Oregon and UCLA. And the Ducks will send back Jordan James, one of the deep men, and it looks like Noah Whittington the other. Down to our left, Oregon in the yellow pants, white jerseys, yellow helmets. UCLA down to our right, kicking from our right to our left. There in the gold pants, those powder blue uniforms, the gold numbers, which are not very contrasting, and the gold helmets. Keegan or Mateen Bogani ready to kick it off when they give him the go-ahead. Again, Oregon down to our left will return to the right. Oregon, UCLA, Big Ten matchup. Still weird to say that. Approach of the ball, and this game is underway. High, not going to be real deep, but fair catch called for inside the 5-yard line. A great angle kick by Bogani, which takes away the return.
Yeah, put it into a place where it was going to trap Noah Whittington in a corner if he decides he wants to bring it back. And so Oregon goes ahead and fair catches it, come out to the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 to start the game offensively.
It will be Jordan James and the 3 receivers who normally start for Oregon, Evan Stewart, Trayshawn Holden, and Tez Johnson, all come out to the right. James will set up to the right at the 25-yard line, the right of Dylan Gabriel. UCLA shows a 5-man front, handoff, and nice hole first over the 30-yard line to the 32-yard line. Over the right side, a very quick. UCLA looked like they overloaded to the right side and left a big hole.
Yeah, I was able to cut. Jordan James was able to cut that ball back to the right side and be able to make good first down yardage outside 30.
2nd down and 4 from the 31-yard line where they mark the ball. Line to gain the 35. Here's the snap and the throw. Little snap throw to the left-hand side. Tez Johnson going to try to get the first down. He'll be close as he goes out of bounds, and he just got it. They'll go across the 35 to the 35 and mark it first down.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel had to work a little bit harder to make that throw to Tez Johnson. I think he thought he was going to be able to dump it right away, but there was a defender in his way, so he had to work himself at an angle to get that ball to Tez.
Gabriel ready. First down just across the 35. Left hash mark going to our right. Tez comes way out to the right. Joins Stewart there and then back to throw again. Looking for Tez. He's got it. 40, 45 and down. Very near another first down. And they're not going to give him the first down. They're going to slid at the 44 to the 45. So it'll be a pickup of 9, 2nd down and 1. Gabriel sends 3 receivers out to the left. And on the snap, Keeps going to throw out to the left-hand side. Got a 1-man bubble screen, maybe 2 men. He'll get the first down and out of bounds. Ooh, maybe a little extracurricular activity on the far side. Oregon on the far side, that's where they are from us. UCLA on the near sideline. But it's a first down to the 48-yard line. Left hash mark, Gabriel has come out throwing the ball. Ferguson goes way out to the left beyond Stewart. 3 receivers come to the right. Empty backfield for Dylan Gabriel on first down. Snap and back to throw. Looks left, looks middle, throws it over the middle open. Oh, and was it caught? Might have been a catch. They're going to call it incomplete. Tez had off his fingertips, and it was almost caught by Evan Stewart off the ricochet.
Yeah, dangerous catch and situation there because it hit Tez Johnson in the hands. He bobbles it. It goes up in the air, and it might have been Terrence Ferguson on the outside that almost comes in and catches the deflection, but the ball hits the ground. It's incomplete.
Yeah, it was T-Ferg. 2nd down and 10 at the Oregon 48-yard line, left hash. And back to throw again. Gabriel, time, throws, catch made. Going to be short of the first down, bring up 3rd down at about 6. Herbert, going from that left tight end, drags across the middle, and Gabriel will find him, but he has had time to throw the ball, Jorgie. We got an injured UCLA Bruin.
Yeah,
Might be coming out.
Pretty good coverage down the field by UCLA. KJ Wallace, number 7, is a Bruin coming off the field right now, but they've done a nice job, UCLA, of not allowing anything vertical down the field so far. A lot of short passes by Dylan Gabriel. Not much of a running game started here right now by Oregon. You think they might try to run it, but this being a little bit 3rd and long, probably a throw.
3rd down and about 6 from the UCLA 48. Ferguson in motion all the way to the left, 2 receivers each way. UCLA almost jumped in the neutral zone. Oregon taking time.
Almost had a free play there.
Yeah, if you'd have snapped the ball. Here we go, Twins each way. Gabriel straight drop back to throw. Has some time, dumps it over the middle. It's caught, and it's just going to be enough for the first down. And that's James out of the backfield. Little delay out of the backfield.
Just that little safety valve in the middle, and you know where the first down yardage is. That's exactly what Jordan James did, as he took that throw, and a safety coming in on him really fast there. Brian Addison, the former Duck, was almost able to stop him short.
At the UCLA 40, an early quick snap, give it to James. He's going to go left and run pretty much into a UCLA dog pile at the 37-yard line, so a short pickup of 3. And staying out to the right, Trayshawn Holden. Tez will be inside of him. And like Oregon going double tight end. One of them an H-back to the left-hand side. In motion comes Ferguson. Snap. Going left to throw. Wide open catch. Ferguson. First down. Cut it back inside a block at the 20 and inside of the 18-yard line. What a great design play.
Great. Yeah, goes in motion, but ends up coming clear across the formation, and that's what the linebackers for UCLA lose, Terrence Ferguson. He lines up to the right. Looks like that's going to be a run play to the right. Instead, Dylan Gabriel goes to his left, and that's where T-Ferg ends up with the reception.
Brian Addison made the stop for UCLA, the former Duck. And a whistle and probably movement on the Oregon line. Pre-snap penalties is something they did not have up at Oregon State. Played a very clean game.
First down.
So 5-yard penalty, and right away you get behind the chains. And a drive that looks very promising right now, but the Ducks have been able to move the chains. But 1st and 15 now at the UCLA 30 or 24-yard line.
Yeah, Strother just moved a little bit early there, and like you said, Jerry, it puts Oregon behind the chains, something you don't want to do in the 1st and 15 with a nice drive here to open the game.
Gabriel ready, and will hand it off. James quickly up the middle, almost breaks it. He'll go inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. UCLA with another man down. On the stop for UCLA, and that might be the guy down, Carson Sweetinger. Yeah, it's Ramon Henderson, who is a boundary safety, young man who transferred from Notre Dame. So we're going to get a timeout, I would imagine. Yeah, maybe not. TV's going to stay here. They're looking at it. Let's go downstairs. Dusty Harrow at Toyota sideline. Mike, Dusty, promising drive early for Oregon. They got a rhythm going.
Yeah, both through the air and on the ground. You mentioned it when they were right around the 50-yard line on 3rd down and the medium. Jorgie said you'd like to run it, but it was a passing situation. They got the run established immediately after that. They're getting a good push up front. Running backs, I think something that we have seen over the last 2 weeks, the Oregon State game especially, putting the foot in the ground and getting upfield and pushing vertically. It's been fun to watch these backs have a little bit more patience, and then once they see that hole, going in attacking it.
2 guys off the Oregon staff from previous years. Jalen Davies starting cornerback, and Brian Addison is starting free safety.
Safeway scoreboard update for you. Georgia has pulled the 33-28 with 4 minutes left in the game from Tuscaloosa.
Wow.
And they continue to go for two-pointer after two-pointer after two-pointer, which is why they're behind by 5 points right now. But it's been all Georgia in the second half down there.
Great catch and then run by James to get him inside to the 13-yard line. In the backfield to the right. Gabriel wants to snap, claps the hands, will clap them again, and we'll hand it off again. James is going to go right, trying to find a hole, but there's nothing there. He'll get only a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 3. And Jay Tuia, 6'3", 325, a senior nose tackle in on the stop.
Well, nice job by UCLA, not only in creating a big pile right in the middle of the line of scrimmage, but also containing from the outside. So Jordan James wanted to bounce that out, but there was nowhere to go, so it brings up 3rd down for Oregon.
Tez comes to the right, all alone, Holden to the left. 2 tight ends, a tight end H-back situation, and Gabriel back to throw, has plenty of time, dumps it over the middle. Trayshawn Holden in. Score? Yes! Touchdown, Trayshawn Holden. He was going to get hit right at the 1 yard line. It was just a question of whether or not he could backflip into the end zone, and that's what he did. So getting behind the chains doesn't hurt Oregon this time. They just march it down for the 25. That's a 75-yard drive, and they did it very efficiently, Jorgie.
It just amazes me how open Trayshawn Holden was able to get in the middle of that defensive secondary for UCLA. But as guys begin to cross, all the defenders got picked off along the way, and not illegal picks, just guys in the way, and that's what made Holden so wide open, as his defender couldn't get through all the crowd.
I think it was Devin Kirkwood that tried to get him at the goal line and couldn't do it. Here's the extra point try coming up. Placement, kick on the way up. Sappington splits it, and the Ducks will take a 7-0 lead, and we really are just underway in the first quarter. 9:39 remaining. Opening drive of the ball game. Ducks take the distance and up 7-0. Here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear summer vacay, load up on fun in a new Toyota. Go off-road in the 4Runner, haul it all in the Tundra, play hard in the Tacoma, or take the scenic route in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Visit Toyota.com for more info. Toyota, let's go places.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
No matter what you do or where you do it in Oregon, SAFE is with you, helping injured workers return to work and preventing future injuries. SAFE, workers' comp that really works. Learn more at SAIF.com.
I want you to know. I said I want you to know right now. You've been good to me, baby. Better than I've been to myself.
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl here in Pasadena, California. With health plans for individuals, families, employers, and Medicare eligibles, Pacific Source does what's right, not just what's required. Jorgie?
Well, let me get you to Toyota drive summary for Oregon to open the game. UCLA wins the toss, defers, hoping to make a defensive stop to open the game, and unfortunately for the Bruins, it didn't work out quite that way. Oregon goes 12 plays, 75 yards in 5:22. Trayshawn Holden with the final 12 yards on the touchdown reception from Dylan Gabriel, and the Sappington extra point. It's Oregon 7, UCLA nothing. 9:39 left here in the first quarter. That drive summary brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And by the way, Dylan Gabriel 7 of 8. 59 yards on that opening drive. Jordan James, the other yardage, 4 carries for 21 yards, and the Ducks in the end zone.
How about that? That was an efficient drive. Ran the ball well and passed the ball well, and taking what UCLA is giving them, which was a lot of wide receivers and tight ends running free.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there were a lot of intermediate, short to intermediate type of passes that Dylan Gabriel threw there, and
that's what he's so good about. I mean, he takes what's there.
Take what they give you. You know, you take it lay in every time instead of firing up a 3-pointer, and that's exactly what that drive was about. Is just taking what they give you.
Keegan Jones is deep at the goal line. As the Ducks down to our left, we'll tee it up. Sappington. Oregon in the yellow pants, the white jerseys, the yellow helmets. Pretty sharp looking, reminding me so much of watching you play football.
A long time ago.
As the approach foot into the ball, this one's going to go very high and deep into the end zone and be kneed down. Will come out to the 25-yard line. Quite a pile. 2 UCLA Bruins. It had to be Jade Lamar on the special teams. It took 2 of them to take him down, and then they both laid on top of him about the 30-yard line, and he couldn't get up. So first down, UCLA at their own 25. Ethan Garbers has not been overly effective on the year, 57%, and 3 touchdowns, but 4 interceptions. So pressure on Garbers critical. In the backfield, Anthony Adkins, I believe, is number 23. And Garbers with a low snap back to throw. A very quick throw and way off the mark. Pressure comes. Quasi Gilmer was the intended receiver, and that ball was nowhere near him. But Garbers had to get rid of it in a hurry.
Yeah, Tyseem Johnson in coverage out there, and Garber was going to be really blanketed from a coverage standpoint. You're right. Garbers had to get rid of it really quick.
T.J. Harden, running back, is 6'2", 220, a junior. And they'll go running back or fullback. Garbers under center this time. 2 wideouts outside to the left. Motion all the way to the right. Hands it off up the middle. Nothing there. Try to bounce it outside, and we'll get about 3. Really stopped right at the line of scrimmage, but nobody could get a wrap-up on him, and bouncing it to the outside. It'll bring up 3rd down at 7.
Pretty fortunate to get 3 yards there, frankly. The way Oregon had defended that play, it didn't look like Harden was going to be able to get any yardage.
The end of the game, Keegan Jones at running back, number 22. They'll flank him out a lot. On 3rd down at 7. Trips to the left. 1 receiver up to the top, and I believe that's start of it. Here is Garber. Snap to throw. Pressure comes, throws. He's got him, and he's got a first down. Quasi Gilmer. Oregon tried to get there. Maybe a little extra pressure. UCLA did a good job of giving him enough time for Gilmer to get upfield for the 10 yards he needed and stepped out of bounds.
Just a pretty simple out pattern is what it was, and throw it on time, and that's exactly what Ethan Garbers did, is he put it right out there, right on the money, and UCLA, their first down of the game.
To the 36-yard line of the Bruins, left hash. He'll string 3 receivers out to the right and 1 alone to the left-hand side. And Garbers with the snap, looking right all the way. Throws it, catch made at the 40 and tackled right there. Betcher, and I was looking, I thought we might see Maliki Matavao, who I think everybody who watched Oregon play football last few years remember him as a tight end, but not in there. Looking for 28, which is Jack Pedersen, who was a tight end. Brings up 3rd down and about 5 at the Duck 40 movement. Ball start on the right-hand side. They have, 2nd down. They changed them. Looking to down markers on the far side, and they were late.
Ball start.
Putting it up.
Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
7-0 Oregon. 7:41 remaining here in the first quarter. Ducks took the opening drive. 75 yards. Trayshawn Holden with a touchdown pass. The reception. Dylan Gabriel. Here's 2nd down and 10 now after the 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 10. Garber's going to hand it off, and nothing there. Ducks do a great job of keeping Keegan Jones from bouncing that ball outside. There's been nothing up the middle. It's been all trying to go outside. On the stop for Oregon is Amarian Winston.
Well, what I like about Oregon's defenders is they're not giving up on the play, because it looked like Oregon had that ball tackled for a loss on the play. Nice job by Keegan Jones getting out of it and rolling it to the outside, but Winston was there to be able to clean up the mess.
Way out to the left side comes Crater Shaw. 2 receivers inside of him to the field. The boundary side, 1 receiver in tight. Garbers reaches out, gets the snap, back to throw. Pressure, throws. It is good. We got a flag. That ball was intended for Shaw, Carter Shaw, but It looks like Nico Reed maybe bodied him up a little bit before the ball got there.
Pass interference, defense, number 9, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And UCLA has a man down all the way back at the 25-yard line. And they've had a couple of guys banged up already. Let's go downstairs very quickly as we're going to get a TV timeout, I believe. Yeah, we are. Let's go downstairs on our Toyota sideline, Mike and Dusty Hare. One thing Oregon did very well 2 weeks ago was limit the penalties, and already 2 costly ones here tonight.
Yeah, you get the penalty on Nico Reed where he was in really good position, is just a little bit too much contact downfield, and then Nishad Strother with an offsides earlier. The Ducks offense able to bounce back from it. Let's see if the defense can keep it alive after that was a big third down position right there.
Timeout. Oregon up 7-0. 6:47 left here in the first quarter. Or did they take the timeout? No, they did not. Looked like they called it. They stayed here. It's kind of unusual for a Fox game. Normally taking every opportunity we can.
Yeah, Oregon's had
Plays under further review for touching of the pass.
Oregon's had an opportunity to get off the field a couple of times on third down, and they're going to be taking a look at this to see if the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
And you might explain why that takes away a potential pass interference penalty.
Because it's already touched. It's already touched.
It's
before
a free ball.
It's a free ball. It's already touched, and it becomes free. And anything that happens from that point on doesn't really matter, to tell you the truth.
After review, there was no tip of the pass. First down, UCLA.
Yeah, so once the ball is tipped, it's free. And really, what you do down the field at that point in time, other than something egregious like grabbing somebody's face mask or that type of deal, also becomes a free type of play. But Oregon's had 2 opportunities on third down to get off the field, and looks like right now at least Garbers is targeting Nico Reed on the left side. Both of the completion and then that pass interference were over to his side.
Garbers under center. One back behind him. He'll turn and hand off, cut it inside out, and then tripped over about the 49-yard line. And for UCLA, into the depth chart, they give us a 2 deep. Jalen Berger was the ball carrier that time, but they're very stingy with their depth chart, as a lot of teams are now.
Yeah, what they tried to do there with UCLA is come in with a triple tight end, and we're going to run the ball on you. And Oregon obviously held that to a 1-yard gain. So back in they come with the pass package.
Second down and 9 from the shotgun again. Ethan Garbers, 2 receivers each way, 2 close on the left or boundary side. Back to throw Garbers. Has time, swings it down, caught, near, and it will be a first down. Finally tackled at about the Oregon 36-yard line. Quasi Gilmer, a little drag right over the middle.
Yeah, Gilmer was able to beat Bryce Betcher crossing across the field and was able to get to the outside, and Betcher just could not quite catch him because of the speed of the wide receiver. So, again, another pass there for Ethan Garbers to complete. Nice little start for Garbers to be able to get some confidence in his throwing.
Out of the ball game for a moment is Quasi Gilmer, the guy who caught that ball. His helmet came off, and he's got to sit out for a play. So in to replace him, Rico Flores Jr. First down and 10 at the Oregon 36 for UCLA. 5:45 remaining first quarter. 7-0 Ducks. 2 receivers to the far. 1 receiver to the left for Garbers from that shotgun. On first down, motion man. It's Motivao. Back to throw Garbers. Way back, pressured, gets the pass away, open receiver, caught inside the 15-yard line. And there is Maliki Motivao.
And getting time. That's the thing about Garbers right now, is he's got plenty of time to throw the ball. Not really any type of pass rush getting to him in the backfield. And when you can sit back there like that and throw the ball to the big former Oregon tight end, Maliki Motivao, we know what he could do. He did some great things at Oregon. He's continuing to do it at UCLA. And this one, a pretty nice opening drive by the Bruins trying to answer Oregon's opening touchdown.
His 8th catch this year. He's out wide with 2 wide receivers. Garbers in the backfield with Keegan Jones from the shotgun. Motivao in motion to the left. Sets up. Garbers back to throw again. Looks right. Steps up into the middle. Gets hit. Will go down. I believe it's going to be a sack because it's a yard behind the line of scrimmage. He only lost a yard, but it could have been more. Great job by Derek Harmon to just not let him get away.
Yeah, good coverage downfield. Obviously, Garber's not able to throw the ball to anybody that he wanted to. And as Oregon began to squeeze that pocket in around him, he decided he was going to try to run for some yardage. Harmon did a nice job of jumping on his back and getting the sack.
Lost a yard, 2nd down and 11 at the Duck 50, make it the 16-yard line. Approaching 4 minutes to play in a 7-0 Oregon lead. Garber's under center, goes back and hands it off. Going outside and then cutting it back inside is T.J. Harden. The tailback, Justin Jacobs. First Duck there, holds him to about a 3, almost a 4-yard pickup, give him 3. And it'll be 3rd down and almost 8.
Oregon in really good position to make tackles behind the line of scrimmage. I can't believe that Harden, frankly, ended up making 3, almost 4 yards on that play when it looked like it was dead behind the line of scrimmage. But UCLA, again, another 3rd down. They've been able to convert all 3rd downs on this drive so far.
Empty backfield, and now coming back to join Garber's in the backfield. Running back to his left, trips to the right, Garber. Quick throw, catch made, and out of bounds inside the 10, way short of the first down at the 8-yard line. And Devin Jackson holding on for dear life, finally got him to go out of bounds. And UCLA with 4th and 4 at the Duck 9 will go for the field goal. Brody Richter.
If you're Oregon here, you just got to be disciplined. Don't want to give up a cheap offsides penalty that would give a free first down to UCLA here. So
this is going to be Mateen Bogani. Bogani, who kicks off, also field goals and extra points. About a 28-yard field goal, and he makes it look easy. So UCLA gets on the board. Pretty much not a mirror, but very much like Oregon's drive. They got it at their own 25 after the kickoff into the end zone, the touchback, and they take it down to the 9-yard line where Oregon's defense stiffens and gives up only 3 instead of 7. 2:35 left. First quarter. Actually going pretty quickly here. 7-3 Oregon with a lead. We're back with more Duck football on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Other places make you pay extra for that, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less. Book your appointment at leschwab.com. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com for details.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by your local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Oregon.
The Oregon Ducks head to the Big Ten Conference.
UCLA.
What a scene this is going to be.
From the Country Financial Broadcast booth alongside Mike Jorgensen, here's the voice of the Ducks, Jerry Allen.
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl, Pasadena, California. A little hazy today when we flew in yesterday. The skies were beautiful blue, and the skyline today a little smoggier. Today's football brought to you by Ticketmaster. Best part of being at a Duck game, being there live, seeing an entire stadium completely decked out in green and yellow, and shouting with all the Duck fans. So let your true colors show. Score tickets today at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Oregon Ducks.
Well, Jerry, you said it. This first quarter's almost over with, and each team has only had the ball one time. 2:36 left here in the first quarter. UCLA answers Oregon's opening drive touchdown with a field goal of their own. 12 plays, 66 yards on the Toyota Drive summary for the Bruins. 7:04 they had the ball. The last 27 yards, Mateen Bogani 27-yard field goal. And it's Oregon 7, UCLA 3, 2:35 left here in the first quarter. And the two quarterbacks kind of making things happen here tonight. Dylan Gabriel 7 of 8 for 59 yards on the opening drive. And Ethan Garber's 5 for 6 for 50 yards on that drive. So efficient.
Yeah, very.
The two quarterbacks so far here tonight. Oregon coming up with their second opportunity of the game offensively.
Jade Lamar is back deep with Whittington. Both Lamar about the 5, Whittington at the goal line.
Makes you wonder if Whittington gets a chance from the middle of the field outside the goal line if he'll try to bring it back.
Here's the approach to the ball in the air. And it is going to be Whittington from the 2. He's bringing it to the 10. 15, gets through for a moment, 20, and will keep his feet, almost gets free at the 28-yard line. He was a trip away from being gone.
Just enough contact that they made, UCLA did, with Whittington to make him stumble. And the more he stumbled, the more UCLA players had an opportunity to hit him, and he almost broke that one.
2:26 remaining first quarter. Another break. Let's get it. 7-3. Oregon with the lead, and we'll get the ball back at their own 28-yard line. Going from our left to our right, the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. It's Duck football on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is the moon really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Where do babies come from?
Good luck, Dad. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl. 7-3. Ducks lead. Get the ball back. Second time here in this game. At BECU, a member-owned, not-for-profit credit union, they're proud to support Oregon athletics and put their members' best interest first. BECU. Power in people. Insured by NCUA. Membership required. Restrictions apply. Dusty Hare down to the sideline quickly with our Toyota sideline mic. Oregon's only second opportunity. This first quarter's gone. Jordy mentioned it. Only second time to touch the ball.
It's flying by, fellas, and I think that the officials got the memo of the 8 p.m. kick. They want this thing to move a little bit faster, guys. It's moving a lot faster, and Oregon's defense moving a lot faster on the back end of that drive, too. One thing I noticed, guys, is they were coming out on that last third down. There was a full-sail change. They brought in an extra defensive back because Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator for UCLA, former Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator, and we know what the Chiefs used to do, create those mismatches through motion. And so on third down, they brought in a speed package, brought in a sixth defensive back on the field, and they ended up stopping UCLA on that third down opportunity.
Bieniemy, by the one of the best players in Colorado football history.
Yeah, he was a great running back.
He was something else.
Well, Alabama finished the job, 41-34 over Georgia. Georgia made it interesting, there's no doubt about it, but 41-34 Crimson Tide over the Bulldogs.
Ducks come out at their own 38-yard line. Make that the 28-yard line. And Kenyon Sadiq is going to get the pass going left, little screen, get some room, 40 down the sideline and popped out of bounds across the 45-yard line. Sadiq was the motion man. Just kind of went from the middle out to the left-hand flat. UCLA tried to recover, but there are a couple of blockers out there.
Yep, and there's that H-back. We talked about it as part of the X and O's, and he's an H-back, can do a lot of different things. Line up in the backfield like he is right now, be a receiver to the outside.
Here's a quick pass again, a little bubble screen, and they get it out. Tez down the sideline. Ball comes out. The ball is loose. UCLA picks it up on the bounce and the return, and whistles blow. He might have stepped out of bounds before he lost that football. Dusty Hare, our Toyota sideline Mike. I don't know if you're on that end or
Going
not.
on the field, runner was out of bounds. First down.
Guys, it was almost immediate, the reaction from Oregon's sideline that Tez Johnson, he got a little loose with the ball and it got knocked out, but his foot did go out of bounds, and everybody was pointed out immediately.
Yeah, Dusty said what I was going to say. Can't get loose with the ball.
3 receivers go to the right for Dylan Gabriel. 1 to the short left side or the boundary side, back to throw Gabriel. As time pressure steps up, run it, go outside. Got a block in front of him. Can't pick him up, but it gets by to the 30 and slides down at the 29-yard line. He almost got caught in the backfield, but then he got through a couple of guys, and then he had a blocker out front. I thought he was able to use him, and he just outran him.
He wanted to. He wanted to use that blocker to the outside, but guys kept kind of getting a hold of him and just slowing him down enough where he couldn't get that head of steam going, but still a nice gain for Dylan Gabriel, and the Ducks on the move again.
The shot Stroder was the lineman down trying to help him get it upfield. First down at the 29, left hash. Under center, nobody in the backfield. Empty backfield. And here's a fake pitch. Throw it in a double pass. Wide open. Tez overthrows Patrick Herbert, who was all alone at about the 5-yard line. Oh, that was perfectly executed except for the pass.
Tez wanted to lead him, and I think sometimes you've got to be able to see from out there. A guy is so wide open, you don't need to have him catch the ball in perfect stride. Just put it there for him to catch.
29-yard line still, second down and 10 at the UCLA 29. Tez comes way out to the right. 2 receivers there. 1 short left side, and here's the give going left. James is going to get it across the 30 or 25 to about the 24, making the 23-yard line.
Oh, too bad. Patrick Herbert was wide open.
Yeah,
and you could tell as soon as Tez Johnson let it go, he knew he had overthrown him.
But Tez doesn't realize everybody doesn't run as fast as him.
Yeah, that's right. And he threw a nice ball, too.
Yeah, he did. Here's 3rd down and 4 at the UCLA 23-yard line. Empty backfield for Dylan Gabriel. 3 out to the right, 2 to the left. Now Gabriel making a play change at the line, and they'll keep with it. Empty backfield. 3rd and 4. Gabriel set, got the snap, back to throw. Some time. Goes over toward the end zone, and he could not quite reach Ferguson. He had a step. He had a couple of guys bracketed him, 1 behind and 1 in front.
That's the end of the first
But he had a moment.
Timeout on the field.
He had a chance, Georgie. The ball was just, I couldn't see from this angle how close that was, but it looked like he might have a chance to get that and get a first down.
Yeah, I think he might have just put it a little bit too far out in front of him because it looked like Terrence Ferguson was going to get just barely outside of the defender. But again, he was still pretty well covered.
All right, first quarter's come to an end. We played 1 in Oregon. Probably going to bring the field goal team out, but that's not a certainty. We'll find out. Ducks lead at 7-3 over UCLA here in the Rose Bowl after 1 quarter on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Shop online at Safeway.com. Head to the store and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Everything you need, from milk, eggs, fresh meat, and produce, and much more. Delivered right to your car. No need to leave the car or stand in line. And the best part, your groceries will be ready for pickup in just a few hours. Shop, drive up, and go at Safeway.com.
Before getting together with friends during pregame turned into an epic tailgate party, someone had to bring the 6-pack of Kona Big Wave. Kona Big Wave, bring the aloha. Copyright 2023 Kona Brewing Co., St. Louis, Missouri. Enjoy responsibly.
Dear summer vacay, load up on fun in a new Toyota. Go off-road in the 4Runner, haul it all in the Tundra, play hard in the Tacoma, or take the scenic route in the all-new all-hybrid Camry. Visit Toyota.com for more info. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl. Duck football brought to you by Steel. Find your local Steel dealer at steeldealers.com. And by Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment. Choose chill. Proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. Dusty Hare down on the sideline, our Toyota sideline Mike. Oregon got a decision to make here now. if you're in there as a receiver, I'm going, hey, we're going to go for it on fourth down. Just look for Dusty.
Yeah, and then they just run the ball, hand it off. No, it's no. Atticus Sappington's still warming up on the sideline. The offense is out in the huddle right now. It'll be interesting to see what the Ducks choose to do. They've been running the ball really effectively early in this game, and that kind of this 4th down and 4 situation. It's not just a pass only in your playbook. You've got a wealth of options here with the way that they've been running the ball, and the backs have been hitting the hole.
Ball will be at the 22-yard line. Jorge, you're looking at scores.
I am. Safeway scoreboard update. Give you some scores here right now. Cincinnati and Texas Tech in a wild one. Cincinnati has the ball trailing 44-41 with a minute left in that game. The Cougars and the Broncos in Boise have gone to halftime. Boise State leads Washington State 17-10. Arizona late in the first half, about 2 minutes left in that game, leads Utah 10-3. Low-scoring game, but Wildcats on the road taking care of business. New Mexico a little bit earlier today, 50-40 over New Mexico State. I think I had some more scores on here, but all of a sudden I can't get my screen to move. There we go. Mississippi State hung in there for a while, but Texas takes them down 35-13. Georgia, as we mentioned to you a little bit earlier, trailed big time at halftime, but almost were able to come back. 41-34, Alabama takes down number 2 Georgia. Ohio State a little bit earlier today, number 3 Buckeyes, 38-7 winners over Oregon's next week opponent on Friday night, Michigan State. Kentucky with the big upset today. They beat Ole Miss 20-17.
Oregon will bring Sappington out, and they will attempt the field goal. Line of scrimmage being the 23. They'll put the ball down. Let's see where Ross James is going to hold that ball. TV still waiting to come back. They are 31, so a 41-yard field goal try. Luke Basso to snap. James to hold. Sappington, 4 out of 5 this year. He's got a leg. This is from 41, left hash. Snap, place, kick on the way. Plenty of distance, and it is right down the pipe. And Oregon will take a 10-7 lead. And we're going to go away again. We just got back, and let's go away again. And give you a chance to head to the fridge or whatever room you need to go to. With 14:55 remaining. Second quarter just underway. A 41-yard field goal by Atticus Sappington gives Oregon a 10-3 lead here in the Rose Bowl on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, a 10-3 Oregon lead. Well, I get a chance. I want to say happy birthday to a guy who's been a longtime friend of my wife's brother. They've been buddies for a long time, Bob Bergman. I hope he's still listening, and if not, somebody tell Bob happy birthday today. And a special happy birthday wish from Pasadena and the Rose Bowl. I hope they got a party going on right now, and I wish I was there. 10-3, Oregon with the lead here early second quarter. Ducks have had 2 opportunities with the ball. Touchdown, field goal, UCLA's second opportunity. So we begin to see who blinks first, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Oregon's 2 drives, 2 scores. Looked like it was going to be a touchdown there for a minute with a wide open Patrick Herbert in the end zone, but Tez overthrew him. Instead, on the Toyota drive summary, 7 plays, 49 yards, took 2:31 off the clock. Sappington a 41-yard field goal. It's Oregon 10, UCLA 3, 14:55 left here in the first half. And a couple of more scores I want to give you on the Safeway scoreboard update. Minnesota clawed back into the game. Michigan led 24-3 going into the fourth quarter, and Minnesota was an onside kick away, and they recovered it the first time, but there was a penalty. They were offsides. They lose 27-24 in Ann Arbor to the Wolverines. Wisconsin had a big lead on USC, 21-10 at halftime. They ended up losing to the Trojans 38-21. And Illinois hung in there for a while, but Penn State ends up winning the game 21-7.
Logan Loya, or rather Keegan Jones, is deep all alone at the goal line for Sappingen's kickoff, which is going to go almost through the uprights. It was way to the back of the end zone. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Still think that should be changed. I think if you get, especially if you hit through the uprights, you should get a point.
Yep.
Should be a point. Then you'd have guys over kicking and trying to get it through the uprights.
Be worth it, though.
Oh, yeah. Ethan Garbers will bring the Bruins back out. Efficient first drive, ended a field goal. They'll send two receivers way out to the right. J. Michael Sturdivant to the outside. And we got a whistle. Time? Maybe the clock not correct?
Previous plays under further review for potential targeting.
Whoa. And in which team?
Somebody running down the field and led with their helmet, maybe?
Dusty Hare down on the sideline. They got our Toyota sideline. Mike, did any indication from you who or which team this may be on?
No, I have no idea. And this is the head-scratching part about this is remember back to the Oregon State game when there was a roughing the passer call to get the targeting review initiated, and we all kind of thought, you don't even need that roughing the passer call. You can just have a targeting review. I'm not quite sure who or what the targeting would be on, to be honest. And they're looking right in the middle of the rush against UCLA.
Yeah, we just saw a replay that showed UCLA Quasi Gilmer, who is a special teams wide receiver.
After review, there is no foul for targeting. First down.
Okay, it didn't look like he really lowered his head. Got him more with the shoulder and the helmet. So let him play. Yeah. More and more, unless it's a definitive lower the head hit with the crown of the helmet. Unless I see that, it's let him play football.
Tough to know if it was Gilmer or Kirkwood. There's two number 3s that play for UCLA, but
he used his helmet.
I don't know how you don't call that target.
No, I just watched the replay. You're right. He lowered his head and used the hat. Garbers from the shotgun. Ducks adjust. Garbers going to roll to his right. Throws the ball out, flags fly, and this is going to be a catch at about the 32, and that's Sturdivant. But a flag on the far side is going to be against UCLA. This will come back. Would have been about a 6 or 7 yard
illegal formation. Offense, number 71's lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And that is a point of emphasis. Last year and this year, the offensive linemen only get 2 yards to go upfield. It used to be 5. And a few years ago, they changed it.
Well, I think that was a formation there versus going up the field.
Oh, you're right.
It was more lined up in the backfield. And we saw that early in the year with the Johnny Cornelius being called a couple of times for it.
Trips out to the right for Garbers, running back to his left, and a wide receiver to the boundary left side of the field. On that left hash, and the snap wants to throw it quickly, gets rid of it, and it is intercepted. Betcher with a grab. He jumped in front of the intended receiver. Garbers was feeling pressure.
Field's an interception.
Yeah, Garbers was feeling pressure, and Betcher stepped in front and to the ground and went and picked that ball up.
The Joey McMurray squeeze, they call that. The defensive line just squeezing that pocket around Garbers, and all of a sudden you get a little nervous. You have to throw the ball sidearm around people that are in the way, and Bryce Betcher gets the interception. The Oregon Ducks with a golden opportunity here to take a 10-3 lead and widen it out real quickly.
Was that Jolly Joey you were talking about?
Yeah, Jolly
Joey. Okay.
The Joey squeeze.
Joey squeeze. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, squeeze that pocket.
First down, Betcher returns it to the 23-yard line. Betcher's first interception this year. He's just an athlete. 3 receivers to the right, 2 left, empty backfield. Quick throw over. Here's that one-man screen, and that time it didn't work. Evan Stewart, as he catches the ball, a former Duck, Jalen Davies, the cornerback, comes up and makes the stop right away.
And that was a real slow developing one, too. It wasn't like Dylan Gabriel took that snap and whipped the ball out there. He took 2 or 3 steps back and up before he threw it out there, which was an unusual way to do it.
A loss of 4 back to the 27-yard line. Gabriel ready with 2 receivers each way now. Left and right on the right hash. And going to hand it up. He's going to throw it. It's going to go outside. Holden tries to spin and get upfield and go inside the 25. Way short of the first down. Going to mark it about inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
Got a bunch of it back, though.
Devin Kirkwood forced him out of bounds. But, yeah, big pickup. Remember, that was second down and about 14. So big pickup makes it third down and 4.
Well, you want to take advantage of this turnover, this takeaway by the Oregon Duck defense and turn it into 7, not 3.
Trips right, 2 left. Empty backfield for Garbers. And now James comes back and joins him. It's Gabriel. Gabriel in the backfield to the left. Back to throw Gabriel. Lefty looks. Got a man in the middle. Catch made of the 5. First down, Tez Johnson. And I just felt like he was looking for Tez all the way.
What a throw by Gabriel, too. Right on the money to Tez coming to the inside. And you're right. That's where his eyes were the whole way.
Here's a quick snap. Handed off. And James goes up the middle. Drives the feet. We got a penalty flag back at the 10-yard line on the far side. Might have been offsides. Normally they will stop a play. Or unless Oregon had somebody off the line.
Boy, illegal motion. Offense, number 7, moving forward at the snap. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Didn't see it, but the penalty will count. 5-yard penalty. We'll take it back to the 11-yard line. And it will be first down, but first and 10. They can get a first down. They are just outside the 10-yard line. Well, actually, they're going to say it's on the 10, so they can't get a first down. First and goal. And the handoff. James cuts it back to the right, goes inside of the 6-yard line. And it'll be second down and goal from the 6. Brian Addison, tackle for UCLA. Ball on the right hash. Second down and goal from the 6-yard line. We are 12:20 remaining second quarter. And 10-3 Oregon. Gabriel. James to his right. 2 receivers out to the right. And this is a pass. And to the end zone. Can't make the grab as it goes off the top of the fingertips and out of bounds on the right side of the end zone. Tez Johnson. And that ball was zinged.
Yeah, it sure was.
Third down and goal.
Sure was. It looked like Tez Johnson maybe had a shot at that. The defender for UCLA's back is to the ball, so he has no idea the ball's coming. It was great coverage. Frankly, I was surprised he threw it, but I know he threw it because he knew he also had a defender in his where he couldn't see it. But Tez, I thought, had got his hands on that ball.
Third down and goal. Trips left, one along to right, and that's Stewart and Gabriel. On third and goal from the 6. The snap. Back to throw. Quick throw. And that might be a flag. Yeah. Pass interference. Tried to get the ball to Kyler Casper. And Casper's the kind of guy in that situation you want in there with his height. He's big. Casper is 6'6", 210. And that's sometime a back shoulder throw. And I think that's what they're trying to do.
Pass interference. Defense, number 6. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Jalen Davies.
Yeah, it's funny, Jerry. You talk about Kyler Casper and the size of the receiver that he is. You would figure that ball would be thrown up for grabs a little bit more versus, kind of on a laser. And that's what Dylan Gabriel did there. But there was just way too much contact in the end zone from the defender. Oregon gets first and goal at the 2.
A full house inverted wishbone given to James going right. And he will roll into the end zone. Jordan James. Kind of an inverted wishbone. Running back to the east side of Dylan Gabriel, and then one behind him.
Boy, did they clear a hole there. I don't think anybody touched Jordan James going in. So that pass interference by UCLA on Kyler Casper sets up an easy touchdown run by Jordan James.
Jordan James' 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
Who was in the backfield? The big guy in the backfield. Whoever it was lined up, it looked like an offensive lineman, but it made a nice seal block to the outside.
The extra point try from Sappington, and Dusty might have seen who that is. We'll ask him in a moment. Here's the kick and the point after right down the middle, and it is all of a sudden a 17-3 Oregon lead after the turnover, the interception by Betcher. And I know Dusty Hara down on the sideline with our Toyota sideline. Mike, did you see who was big?
Amari Washington.
Yeah, it was a freshman defensive lineman, Amari Washington. They put him in the backfield. Find a way to get your best players on the field. Let's go.
The jumbo fullback is what he pretty much was. It was like a T formation for the most part, and Amari Washington was to the right. And that's where Jordan James kind of followed him, but Amari Washington ended up peeling off to the right and sealing the guy coming in from the outside. That helped Jordan James just waltz into the end zone.
I'm going to guess something UCLA had not seen Oregon do yet this year. 17-3. Ducks for the lead. We'll kick it off with 11:53 remaining here at the Rose Bowl. First half action on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
From the Oregon coast to the mighty Columbia, and from the Blue Mountains to the Siskiyous, we are with you. Whether your work takes you to the field, the forest, the factory floor, or the home office, no matter what you do, SAFE is with you, helping injured workers get back to work and helping to prevent future injuries by making each workplace safer and healthier. SAFE, workers' comp that really works. Learn more at SAIF.com.
A chip is just a chip without hell of a good dip. If you're looking for a never-miss flavor that you'll never stop craving for game day, French onion is your guy. Real deal ingredients, ridiculously smooth and creamy texture, and off-the-charts crave-worthy flavor that makes any dip, dunk, or bite come alive. It's hell of a creamy, hell of a delicious, hell of a good dip. Official sponsor of the Hell of a Good Tailgate Tour.
Ducks.
Opportunity.
Bruins.
Coach Lanning talks about it all the time. This is the next opportunity.
From the Country Financial Broadcast booth alongside Mike Jorgensen, here's the voice of the Ducks, Jerry Allen.
Thank you, with Mike Jorgensen, Jorgie, and Dusty Hare down on the sideline with our Toyota sideline. Mike, the Ducks are now in the Big Ten. It's still awkward to say that. Hoodoo Ski Area has a big deal for all kids 10 and under. Kids ski and ride free all day, every day at Hoodoo. Well, Jorgie, you mentioned it. Betcher looked like a center fielder.
Didn't he, though? Diving catch in center field.
Touchdown, yeah.
That's right. That turnover turns into 7 points for the Ducks. 6 plays, 23 yards after the Bryce Betcher interception. 225 is what it took. Jordan James waltzes into the end zone after the great blocking up front. Amari Washington, a defensive lineman. And Jerry, you're right. It's an inverted wishbone, basically, is what it is. Wishbone formation. I called it a T. It didn't look anything like a T. It looks more like a triangle, which doesn't look like a T. I'm just trying to think of how I got to a T, but anyhow, nice block. Sappington's extra point. Oregon 17, UCLA 3. 11:53 left here in the first half.
It's almost like a W, wasn't it? Or an M. I'm getting behind. Here's a kick. Going to go way into the end zone. Did he go through the uprights again?
No, it was just this side.
Just the left side.
Wide left.
Wide left. Well, on that drive, Gabriel now 12 of 15, 107 yards. Garber still 5 of 7. James 7 rushes, 33 yards and a touchdown. Gabriel carried one time for 13 on that scamper. And Oregon, 2 weeks ago, did not have to punt. And so far tonight have been able to move the ball. Pardon me, out will. Here's Garbers. One back behind him. I believe that's Harden. And he will get the handoff and get tackled immediately. Oh, my gosh. It's like Jordan Birch is in the huddle. Jordan, we're going to give the ball our tailback, and you get there right when I give him the ball. Okay, I can do that.
I mean, that thing was over before Garbers ever took the snap.
Birch, red at 6'6", almost 300-pound senior from South Carolina last year. He moved in, and Ducks are really glad he did. 2 receivers go out to the left. That's a 5-yard loss. 2nd and 15 now for Garbers. Two receivers each way for him, left and right, with a snap and looking to throw. Looking right, nobody there. Going to go down, and a penalty flag flies. Ball came out, but Garber was down. We got a flag in the backfield. Birch, who gets the huge sack. But do you take the sack? Certainly. You take the penalty? No, you want the sack, right?
Yeah,
half the distance to the goal would be.
If it's against the offense, you decline the penalty.
Holding offense number 71. The penalties decline. Third down.
So Birch will get the sack. That's number 2. He's got 2.5 on the year. He had 3 last year, so he's starting out pretty well for the year.
Back-to-back plays by Jordan Birch has really put UCLA in a huge hole here. 3rd and 20, and that 10-yard loss is because of Jordan Birch on both plays.
At the 15-yard line left hash, Garber's going to send 2 receivers out to the right, tight end each way, and a receiver out to the left, and he'll go back and throw. Throws it short, almost a little screen, and not going to get much at all. Tackled around the 23 is Rico Flores Jr., and why not give credit where credit is due, and that is Jordan Birch again. And it'll be 4th and 14, and UCLA will punt it away for the first time. Chase Berry, a 40-yard average to his credit. Tez Johnson will stand back at about his 30-yard line. So Chase Berry, and a 62-yarder this year with a bounce and a roll. No real big pressure. Gets the punt away very, very high. Fair catch called for, and Tez got run into by one of his own blockers who was being pushed downfield and did a great job to hold onto that football.
Whoa, what a play by Tez to field that ball cleanly.
Timeout on the field. 10 minutes exactly left here in the second quarter. First half action. Oregon up now 17-3, and the Ducks will have the ball back. And have it at about their own 30-yard line when we come back. 35-yard line here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
At Willamette Valley Cancer Institute and Research Center, we help our community fight like a duck by providing individualized cancer treatment close to home. Our teams utilize the latest immunotherapies, advanced radiation technology, robotic surgery, and leading-edge clinical trials at conveniently located centers in Eugene, Corvallis, Florence, Newport, Lincoln City, and now Albany. You're unique, and your cancer treatment should be too. Find out how you can fight like a duck at OregonCancer.com.
Count on Oregon Mutual Insurance, a proud sponsor of the Oregon Ducks home team, for your business, vineyard, farm, or ranch insurance needs. If you are a small or large business owner, winery, farmer, or rancher looking to make an insurance carrier change, Oregon Mutual and Oregon Mutual's network of independent agents will work with you to devise a policy that fits your business or farm operations. Visit ormutual.com to learn more.
Welcome back. The Rose Bowl. Pasadena, California, east of Los Angeles, where the traffic is... I'm always trying to think of something nice to say about it is what it is. The traffic is what it is. Took us 45 minutes to go half a mile.
You know what?
Not quite.
If there's one thing that makes me not jolly, traffic.
Traffic.
I'm glad we could bring that one full circle, everybody. That was nice for me.
Hey, by the way, I thought I'd give you a little update on that Washington State, Boise State game. The Broncos lead 17-10 at half. Ashton Genty had a big game against Oregon. He's got 109 yards on 13 carries. He had a 64-yarder. So the other 12 carries, Washington State has done a great job against this, Joey, okay?
That's a good coach's show reference for everybody back at home.
Man. He tried to justify Oregon's great defensive performance against Ashton Genty by holding him to about 4 yards, 3 or 4 yards a carry other than one, which happened to go for 75 and a touchdown, by the way, so it just nullifies everything.
And Coach Lanning remembered the 75 and 1.
Yeah, that's right. I don't care about the other ones. It's the 75-yarder that just ruins the whole thing. So, anyhow, I just thought I'd throw that in there. Good football game going on in Boise. And he's right, by the way. Doesn't matter what you do on the first 12. It's the 13th carry.
First down, Oregon. Trayshawn Holden will come out to the left. And Oregon will go with a interesting formation in the backfield. Here's a sweep coming left on a fly sweep. And not for much. No gain at all. Now, Oregon had a full house backfield. Now we got a little flag. That might be against UCLA. Stewart is saying it's against UCLA. But unfortunately, he's not wearing stripes.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a hit on Tez Johnson, who tried to cut that ball off the field.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist, defense number 7, 15-yard penalty, first down.
You don't see that called very often. Normally, that's a call against the offense. But the defense going low on a chop block. And that's a big penalty for Oregon.
I'm assuming what K.J. Wallace maybe tried to do is come up and take somebody out of the play.
Yeah.
So his players, his teammates can make the play, but you can't come up and just cut somebody's legs out from under them
Penalty
on purpose.
Takes it to the 50-yard line, and there's two backs beside Gabriel, and he'll quickly throw it out to the side of Whittington, who's not going to get anything. He's going to get about a yard, almost 2-yard loss. So Oregon is going with a different formation each time. Two running backs, one each side of Gabriel, and then do the bubble screen. Here's trips out to the right, and now just running back, and it looks like Whittington. Here's a keep now back to throw. Wanting to go deep down the field, and he has got him. It is Tez. Touchdown, Oregon. Tez, if the ball's there, it's easy. The ball was there, and it was easy. And Oregon tacks on 6 more.
What a well-designed play.
Wow.
Looked like Dylan Gabriel was going to run with the ball. Oregon sends 2 receivers down the middle of the field, putting a lot of pressure on Brian Addison, the safety, and it's Tez Johnson running wide open. Dylan Gabriel finds him and puts it right on the money for the touchdown.
Sappington for the point after. Ducks going to go for 2. It looks as if they're going to go for 2, and they will. They'll run it to the right. Here's a little dump pass. Oh, Kenyon Sadiq looked like he was going to run right and try to carry it in. He held up at about the 3-yard line, the line of scrimmage, and dumped a little pass over.
Everybody thought Kenyon Sadiq was going to run with that ball. I thought he was going to run. I thought he was going to score, frankly, if he was going to run with the ball. But they leak out Terrence Ferguson, who's wide open. Tight end to tight end, H-back to tight end right there. What a nice little conversion. That's what H-backs do, by the way.
Dusty Harris down on the sideline, our Toyota sideline Mike, going back to the touchdown. Oregon has executed some offensive plays tonight that have been to perfection.
No doubt about it. And you can see Will Stein is in his bag of tricks that we know is very deep for the offensive coordinator for the Ducks. We've seen how many trick plays so far tonight. I mean, you saw the Tez Johnson where it was almost a touchdown. That one right there, though, the Dylan Gabriel, he tucks it, runs. It looks like we're going student body left. That's set up because of the threat Dylan Gabriel has established with his legs. We saw the long touchdown run against Oregon State, and then you saw a big run earlier in the game. His legs are now a threat that defenses need to look out for.
And then the Ducks go for 2 and a great play, and we'll take the timeout. 9:11 remaining, second quarter, first half action. It's now 25-3. Oregon on top of UCLA in the Rose Bowl here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
My son Ricky took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me, and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was going to have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Duck fans are shouting here at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Dusty Hare, Toyota sideline. Mike, Dusty, I'll go quickly back down to you. There is a lot of green and yellow all over the stadium.
There really is, and they're getting louder and louder with each passing possession. It's been really fun to watch this Oregon fan base show up and show out here in Southern California.
That's some drive, huh?
Oh, boy. Quick drive for Oregon. Toyota drive summary for the Ducks. 2 plays, 65 yards, the last 52 from Dylan Gabriel to Tez Johnson for the touchdown. And then another throw, this one from Kenyon Sadiq to Terrence Ferguson for the 2-point conversion. And it's Oregon 25, UCLA 3, 9:11 still left here in the first half. But what an efficient drive there. I wouldn't call it a trick play, but boy, it fooled UCLA thinking that Dylan Gabriel was going to take off on a quarterback sweep. Oh, yeah, and he just stood right up. Yeah. There's Tez Johnson streaking down the field.
He sold it. Here's the kickoff from Sappington, high and again deep and no return. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Yeah, what's so effective is that UCLA knows that Gabriel is capable of taking off and running. So you see him take a couple of steps forward, and he's going to run. That freezes everybody.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to it. At the same time, Oregon put a lot of pressure on Brian Addison, the safety, by running 2 people down the middle of the field. One of them, Trayshawn Holden, right at the goalpost, and the other one was Tez Johnson basically dividing the hash and the numbers on the UCLA sideline. Addison has to make a decision. Dylan Gabriel made the right one and put it right to Tez Johnson.
2 receivers to the right, one of those at H-back, and a receiver to the left now. Comes back in motion to the right. Garber's going to hand it off. And running right, trying to cut it back, and get a cutback lane of about 5 or 6 yards. That is probably Harden, TJ Harden. Nope, that's going to be Keegan Jones. Keegan Jones on the run. Picked up 7. That's about as good a first down run as UCLA's had tonight. 2nd down and 3 at the Bruin, just shy of the 33-yard line, the right hash. 3 receivers will spread out to the left. Sturdivant and Gilmer, 2 of those. 1 receiver alone to the right. Garber snapping back to throw. Looks middle, pressured, and he is swamped. And I mean, there are Ducks all over him back at the 25-yard line.
They just wrap that defensive line, just wraps right around that pocket that UCLA's offensive line is trying to form trying to form it for Garbers to be able to throw from. But again, they just continue to squeeze right around him until there's just nowhere to go.
2 edge guys come in, Uyunglele and Tatum Tuioti. Outside backer for Tuioti, but he plays up on the line at an edge. And the middle of that Oregon defense just pushed, and everybody collapsed on Garber's loss. Back on 3rd down and 9 now. The step up, wants to throw, and does. It's caught, but tackled immediately, way short of the first down at the 29. And great play by Jeffrey Bossa for a linebacker. Now he's covering a tight end, which is what you want your linebackers to do. Bryce Pierce was the tight end. It is 4th down and 6, and Oregon's defense will get the ball right back for the offense. Chase Berry with a sky-high punt last time. And this time, Tez waits at his 25-yard line on 4th and 6. Snap. No rush. Return on. Very high. Tez called for the fair catch and takes it at the 30-yard line. So almost the same field position. In fact, right on the 30 where they started that last drive. And we'll keep it right here. 25-3. Duck fans, check out PizzaHut.com for great deals. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Can't they get a pizza oven on the airplane from the ride home? We could get Pizza Hut? How'd that be? Huh? Wouldn't that be good? Oh, wouldn't that be something? Well, the Ducks have operated extremely well so far in their first half. Total yards, 203. Only 1 field goal, 3 touchdowns. Quick throw out to the right-hand side. The screen is set up and spinning to try to get upfield is Justice Lowe. Ducks have gone to that screen game quite a bit here today.
Yeah, they have. They've been working that on the outside quite a bit. UCLA, at times, has done a nice job defending it. And then at times, Oregon gets some chunk yards off of it. Nice first down gain there.
Gabriel From that shotgun, 2 receivers each way, looks to throw, and does, and gets it to Stewart, spins away from the defender and across the 45, and will come all the way out to the 47-yard line.
If he doesn't slip, I would have loved to have seen that foot race down the UCLA sideline.
Addison had to save the touchdown.
Yeah, great job by Stewart on a slant pattern, catches it, comes to a stop, and cuts it back outside, and as he began to cut, he slipped it just a little bit, but a nice gain there again for the Oregon Ducks.
Pistol look now, empty backfield as James comes out as receiver way out to the left. 3 receivers to base left side of the field, back to throw. Pressure comes, spins away from it. All kinds of time, could run and will. Sidesteps, now slides down short of the first down. And there's a huge flag. Oh, that's a helmet. The 48.
Yeah. I've never seen a round flag rolling around on the field.
Strother lost his helmet, and it was sitting down at the 47-yard line. So 2nd down after the scramble by Dylan Gabriel to the 49. Georgie's saying, get down, get down, get down when he ran that ball. Trips left for Gabriel. Turn, hand it off. Up the middle, nice run. Spin inside of the 45 of UCLA. And it will be 3rd down and short. Need about 2. Yes, Strother. Kavika Rogers had come in for Strother, who lost his helmet. Now back in as Struthers. 2 receivers out to the left. On 3rd down and more than a yard, almost 2, from just inside the UCLA 45. Gabriel, low, motions back to the formations, and here's the handoff. It'll be a 1st down run inside of the 42 to about the 41-yard line for Noah Whittington.
Boy, Dusty, when I take a look at some of the cuts being made out there, that one by Whittington, it looks like there's a little bit of slipping going on.
Yeah, it's looking like a driving range right now. There's a lot of divots being taken out all over the Rose Bowl turf right now. It's very soft in the middle of the field.
Gabriel ready from that shotgun with a snap and hand it off again, and Whittington's going to get very short yard to the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Siale Tapaki, who is a backup nose tackle, 6'4", 310.
Well, the one thing UCLA has done a pretty good job of here defensively tonight is not allowing any type of explosion running plays in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Oregon's having to work really hard for the rushing yards.
2nd down and 9. Gabriel. Whittington again to his left. Ferguson is a wide receiver tight end way out to the left. Back to throw Gabriel. Time. Wide open. Catch made. Tez almost dropped the ball, but he was able to get it in and go down at about the 27-yard line. Just for a moment, it looked like he was going to drop that ball. KJ Wallace finally got on him.
I think sometimes he's trying to make a move before the ball ever gets there.
Yeah. Get a chance to watch the replay, maybe before Gabriel runs another play on 1st down at the UCLA 26. Gabriel ready, 2 receivers each way, back to throw again. Plenty of time. Down the middle, oh, a collision. That's not a good collision. That was a collision at the 3-yard line. Ferguson now bending over and getting up. And trainer's out to attend to him right away. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel immediately sprinted down the field for him. The quarterback says, that's my guy. What a collision. Dusty Hara, you're right down there, our Toyota sideline. Mike, that was not pretty.
Yeah, Brian Addison coming across, and a big target in Terrence Ferguson, and Addison went high on him, and it was something that Dylan Gabriel did not like. He went down and let Addison know his feelings on what he thought that hit was high, and maybe it was a little unnecessary.
Well, he went high and kind of to the head.
And that is surprising we didn't see a flag.
Not with the helmet, but with his shoulder. With his shoulder.
Yep. 2nd down and 10 at the 23-yard line, 26-yard line. Gabriel with a snap to throw again. Swings it out, caught by Stewart. He'll be spun down immediately. Way short of the 1st down. They get it inside the 25, but it's going to be 3rd down and long. And the stop for UCLA from Kane Madrano. And He's a linebacker that has been doing most of the damage for UCLA, but that's the first time I remember calling his name tonight.
Leading tackler on this team.
It's 3rd down and 7. Trips left to the boundary side. In motion to the right goes Herbert. Two receivers each way now as Herbert sets up. Gabriel looks to the side, got the play, and we're ready. On 3rd and long, Gabriel back to throw. Looks into the middle. Oh, Herbert had it almost in his hands, and it might have been tipped, or at least somebody waved right in front of his hand, right in front of his face.
It sure looked like it, Jerry. I think number 40 for UCLA was able to get in the line of sight, maybe even tip that Malafu. I think he was able to get there. So it looked like Dylan Gabriel really trying to squeeze this one in. Yeah, Malafu might have gotten it.
Just if he doesn't touch that ball, that's a touchdown. Field goal from the 32, a 42-yard try for Sappington, well within his range. Left hash, placement, kick on the way. Plenty long and plenty good. 28-3. Oregon gets points on every drive so far here in the first half with 2:25 remaining in this first half. And the Ducks on top. And we'll hold it right here, and we'll check on Terrence Ferguson and see how he is on the sideline. He got up a little wobbly.
He did.
He got hit as hard as anybody I've seen in a while.
He got up and was a little bit wobbly. There's no doubt about it. And again, the first contact, it wasn't helmet to helmet, but the first contact that Brian Addison, the former Duck playing safety for UCLA, made was to his head.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised they didn't look at it, but maybe that's I just don't.
Yeah,
it wasn't a helmet to helmet. It was a shoulder pad to helmet, and that's a football play.
Yeah, and he got there right about the time the ball did too.
And they're going to take Terrence Ferguson up. Halftime coming up, so I'll take him in early. And we'll check on him for you, let you know as the game progresses.
Well, the Toyota drive summary for Oregon, 11 plays, 46 yards and 434. Sappington, a 42-yard field goal. It's Oregon 28, UCLA 3, 2:25 left here in the first half.
Keegan Jones deep down to our left. Sappington ready to approach the ball. He does. This is a low line driver that's going to bounce out of bounds. Kind of uncharacteristic.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team. The ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Yeah, pretty uncharacteristic of Atticus to put one that bad down the left sideline.
Yeah, it went out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. That's the second kick out of bounds this season, which is not many. I've seen a lot of, what a lot of teams are trying to do sometimes is angle that kick to the left-hand corner to eliminate a return. That one went a little too far to the left-hand side.
UCLA trying to finish the first half with a score because they'll get the ball to start the second half.
And up the right side, off the right tackle, a little bit of room, not much. A couple of yards, it'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, really, Jerry, with Sappington, I believe he just mishit that ball because he normally just drives it out of the end zone.
Trips out to the left-hand side. One to the right, one back for Garbers on second down and 8 to throw. Had a little more time this time. Throws it out off the fingertips of his attempt receiver down at about the 43-yard line.
This is the 2-minute timeout at 1:55. Timeout on the field.
Forget about that automatic 2-minute warning now, which the NFL's had for years, and now college football has, and we'll take it as well. 28-3. Oregon's defense playing really good football right now. Oregon's offense operating very efficiently right now. We'll come back to the final 1:55 of this first half with the Ducks up 28-3 here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Wherever you are in life, once a duck, always a duck. That's OCCU. Since 1956, OCCU has helped the University of Oregon community take flight financially, like our remarkable checking and duck debit card that give Duck fans more for the things they care about, more for the game, more for gear, more for a bright future. Earn interest, show your Duck devotion, and start earning more today. Learn more at myoccu.org/getduckdebit.
And we interrupt you with breaking news live from the Pepsi Wild Cherry aisle.
Steve, I've never seen anything like this. The bold, refreshing, and bursting with cherry deliciousness of Pepsi Wild Cherry is, well, let's just say everyone is getting wild. There's dancing, binge-watching, and this on-the-scene reporter can't wait to pop, lock, and drop it.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Go ahead. Get wild.
Pepsi is proudly distributed by locally owned Bigfoot Beverages. Go Ducks, drink Pepsi.
I'm coming home to the place that I remember, back to the land of my first love. Would you spread wide your arms for this wayward son?
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl. Oregon up big, 28-3, and Oregon's defense right now has given up only 61 yards of offense to UCLA. Now, a couple of big sacks in there have reduced that, but still under 100 yards. Take away the sacks, Oregon's defense playing lights out.
Yeah, I mean, the opening drive by UCLA where they went down, were able to kick a field goal, and Garbers went 5 for 6 on the drive. Since then, he's 2 for 4 with an interception. Oregon's defense has really clamped down and frankly put a lot of pressure on him. Put a lot of pressure on him, squeezing the pocket in around him. He really doesn't have anywhere to run if he tried to, and doesn't have really a lane to see through to throw the ball. And then the coverage downfield, along with a takeaway by Oregon's defense. Bryce Betcher was able to get an interception. Oregon turned it into a touchdown. Oregon's been pretty good here in this first half. They've been efficient. They've scored on every offensive drive again, as they did with the Beavers. So, really 6 quarters in a row so far with 1:55 left here in the first half. Third down for UCLA. They don't want to give this ball back to Oregon because there's plenty of time with all the timeouts that Oregon has available to them if they can make a third down stop here.
J. Michael Sturdivant, one of receivers, as Garber's on first down, and I'll make that third down. Maybe make those numbers bigger.
No, they do, don't they? Third and about 8.
Yeah, you can't hardly read them on the far side.
UCLA 1 for 4 on third downs here today.
Third down and 8 at their own 37-yard line. Trips left for Garbers from the shotgun. Garbers ready and wants a snap. Low snap, picks it up. It's on the ground. He'll fall on it. Tuioti got to him, and Garbers realized he's going to get here before
Timeout, Oregon, they're first.
Get here, so he just fell on the ball.
He was
a low snap.
Yeah, a low snap, but he wasn't able to pick it up clean the first time, so he knew things were closing in around him really, really quickly. Just jump on that ball. Don't take a bad play and make it worse, and that's what Garbers did right there.
Back at the 30-yard line, Ducks used their first timeout, so they'll have 2 remaining and 1:48. And the way Oregon operates their offense, the 2-minute offense particularly, it's a lot of time. Tez Johnson back at his own 25. Chase Berry has been able to keep Oregon from getting any kind of a punt return possible.
He's hung the ball up there pretty good where it's had to be fair caught by Tez Johnson every single time.
So line of scrimmage to 30. Tez sitting 45 yards back expecting the ball. Oregon looks like they're going to come after it, but they do not. Here's the kick. This one's returnable from the 28. Tez up the field. 40. Oh, he got lowered at the 38-yard line. Somebody got him up high and took him down, and for a moment, he got that head of steam going in a hurry. It looked like he might get something.
Anytime you can field the ball like that that's somewhat low and you can get a running start up the field, and that's exactly what Tez Johnson was doing there. I'm glad he wasn't hurt on the play, too, because he got hit pretty hard, but boy, he had a chance.
45 yards or 40 yards on that punt. At the 40-yard line, first down for Dylan Gabriel. And his Ducks send the 3 receivers out to the left.
Well, it takes courage, doesn't it?
Oh, return those punts. Oh, it does. Gabriel ready. Quick throw over. There's that screen. Justice Lowe is going to go outside and be forced out for about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Where are they going to place the ball? At the 44-yard line of Oregon. Well, they're going to move it back to the 41. The far referee on the far sideline had it up on the 44. It's the 41, so a 1 yard pickup, second down and 9. at the 41. Clock moving, stopped at 1:31 with the out-of-bounds play. Here's a hand up the middle of James. Quick sprint up the middle. He'll get about 6, almost 7 to the 48-yard line. Clock continues to move with a minute 22 remaining. Ducks have 2 timeouts if they want to use one, and they're not hurrying very much, actually, with a minute 13 remaining. 2 receivers go out to the right. Tez one of those. Holden all alone to the left. And the snap, handed off again. James is going to get the first down all the way to the 47. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, and now I think the Ducks realize, okay, we've got time on our side now. If they do run the ball, they'll probably call a timeout unless it's a long run for another first down. Empty backfield, though, so Gabriel's going to throw. Deep downfield, he's got Holden. Holden holds on for the catch at the 10. Had to come back for the ball, but he made the grab. A little underthrown. He had beaten everybody right down the middle of the field, was open. Waited for the ball, made a nice catch as that ball came in low and short. And Oregon now inside the UCLA 10-yard line, first and goal. First and goal from the 9. 3 receivers all go to the right. And Dylan Gabriel's going to throw it over quick against screen. Holden trying to get outside. Will go out of bounds. And it didn't go down, did he? They'll stop the clock as if he did. Ball went out of bounds. I didn't see it. I lost the ball. Did not see that. So he made the grab.
Rolling on the field is a fumble backwards out of bounds. Second down.
Never saw the ball come out, so no harm done other than the lost yardage back to the 12-yard line. Where it'll be second down and goal from the 12 with 33 seconds remaining. Still 2 timeouts. Trips to the left for Gabriel from the 12-yard line. Gabriel, sit ready. Snap. Back to throw. Pressure comes, runs away from it to his left. Pressure going to run inside the 10. Goes out of bounds about the 5-yard line. All that running around took 9 seconds. I thought it was a lot longer than that. Shows his speed, though. He had a linebacker chasing him, just couldn't catch up to him.
Yeah, Leo Kemp, number 49, was chasing him from behind. Wanted to somehow be able to latch onto him before he got out of bounds, but the speed of Dylan Gabriel gets himself out of bounds and gives Oregon a 3rd and goal just inside the 7-yard line of UCLA.
2 receivers go to the right. Holden alone left to the short side of the field from the left hash mark. Snap to throw. Looking, nobody open, now throws. It's picked, and it's going to be a good one. Only guy can stop him right now is Gabriel. Got a blocker in front of him, and he's going to go all the way unless he gets caught from behind. From the 20 to the 10. Touchdown, UCLA. I see no flags. And what a turn of event as Brian Addison with the pick goes about 85 yards for the pick 6.
Just the play UCLA needed to hang in this game as Oregon's going in to possibly make it 31-3 or 35-3, and instead it's going to be 28-10 at half.
And it just didn't look like Gabriel let go of the ball in the right way. This looked something awkward about that.
It's like he expected somebody to be out there, and he thought they were going to cut outside. They cut inside, and the ball got out of his hand.
And he realized it as he threw it. Extra point kick coming up. Place and the kick up. And good. So 28-10. What a return for Brian Addison. And downstairs quickly to Dusty Hara, our Toyota sideline Mike. It looked to me like Gabriel realized as he let that ball go, he had nobody out there.
Yeah, he had a receiver fall down running those whip routes. And Jorgie, you were saying this earlier, footing has been a little bit of an issue, and the receiver fell down trying to make an out-breaking route. Brian Addison did not fall, and that's where you kind of saw Dylan Gabriel with the oops throw and trying to pull that one back at the end.
Yeah, it looked like Tez Johnson kind of stumbled versus slipping. He just got ready to cut it back outside, and that's where Gabriel was going to go with it. And frankly, it was well covered anyway. So probably a ball that shouldn't have been thrown ever, or should have just been thrown away, and you take the 3 points and go in at 31-3. Instead, UCLA turns it into a pick six the other direction, almost the entire length of the field, and closes it to 28-10 and feel good about something going in at halftime as they'll get the ball to start the second half.
He picked that at the 4-yard line, so a 96-yard return for the touchdown on the interception. Here's the kick, a line drive that's going to go and bounce out of bounds with 5 seconds remaining. Probably not a bad play.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Well, head coach Dan Lanning probably was going to be very happy with his team's performance in that first half, but all of a sudden he's got something to be unhappy about.
That's right. Well, Oregon's defense has just played too good to have 10 points on the board for UCLA. UCLA has a small amount of yardage in this game. Total yards, 54 yards. 61 through the air, -7 on the ground, and yet they still have 7 points because of that pick six by Brian Addison.
Gabriel's first pick this year, his first interception. He has been brilliant, and if Tez Johnson doesn't slip, might be completed, but at very least probably an incompletion or a no gain. Getting ready to head downstairs for our Toyota halftime interview. Dusty Hare will grab head coach Dan Lanning in a moment, and we'll find out his feelings on this first half of football. And Oregon's offense really has just been lights out. In fact, both sides of the ball, Jorgie.
Yeah, they have. I mean, in this game, the offense has played really well. 300 yards of offense, total offense in the first half. And again, it looked like they were going to tack some extra points on, but an errant pass. Brian Addison picks it off at the 4-yard line, goes 96 yards.
All right, down to Dusty Hare. Dusty.
Coach Lanning, -7 yards given up on the ground on the defensive side. What's your impressions of your defense in that first half?
Yeah, I think after that very first series, we kind of settled in, right, and continue to make them play left-handed. If they can't establish the run game, gives us an advantage.
Outside of that final drive on the offensive side, 300 yards total offense, what did you think of how Dylan Gabriel and the offense have been operating?
Yeah, really good until that very last series. We'll go flush that play and focus on the next one.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you.
Dusty Hare, thank you. Our Toyota halftime interview brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. What an interesting first half of football. You're feeling so great about yourself, and one play sets you right back down.
It does. It just basically humbles you real quick when you think everything is just going to go your direction, and that's the type of play that humbles you a little bit. So hopefully Oregon comes out and continues their defensive performance here in the second half, and then the offense gets it back on track. But I also want to make the point, that opening drive by UCLA was 66 yards for the field goal. They have 54 yards of total offense in the first half.
A few sacks in there?
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, that's how good Oregon's defense is playing.
That's amazing. Well, whole second half of football coming up, and the Ducks going in feeling good about themselves. But when you give up a 96-yard pick six, brings you down a notch, and you come back with a little different attitude maybe in the second half than you would have otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good wake-up call for this team. They were just kind of going through the motions, and I love the motions they were going through. Don't get me wrong, playing great on offense and defense. But sometimes you get a little bit greedy maybe, I don't know, and I don't think that's what that was. Tez Johnson slipped, probably a ball that shouldn't have been thrown out there that direction anyway by Dylan Gabriel, but you learn your lesson, and every once in a while you throw a pick, and that's exactly what he did there. Unfortunately, it was for points for the other team, and so come back out, get it going in the second half.
Ducks still with a big advantage as we enter halftime, 28-10. Oregon on top of UCLA. UCLA will get the second half kickoff. They won the toss at the coin and deferred. So we'll take the break. Lots of scores from all over the U.S. today. All of those, and maybe a little look ahead too, as the Ducks go into halftime with a big lead here at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by your local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Before laughs in the parking lot became beers in the stadium with new friends, someone had to bring the six-pack of Kona Big Wave. Kona Big Wave, bring the aloha. Copyright 2023 Kona Brewing Co., St. Louis, Missouri. Enjoy responsibly.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Oregon Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Dear summer vacay, load up on fun in a new Toyota. Go off-road in the 4Runner, haul it all in the Tundra, play hard in the Tacoma, or take the scenic route in the all-new all-hybrid Camry. Visit Toyota.com for more info. Toyota, let's go places.
We know you're a fan, but is Ducks pride in your blood? Here's your chance to prove it. This season, Abbott and the Big Ten are kicking off the largest blood donation competition of our lifetime to fight one of the worst blood shortages in a generation. Simply visit bigten.org/Abbott to sign up for the We Give blood drive and help settle once and for all that the Ducks give the most spirit. Again, visit bigten.org/Abbott to sign up.
The first half is in the books. Time now for college football's most refreshing halftime show. Presented by Coors Light. Choose chill. Proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. A first half recap. Scores from the Big Ten and the rest of college football are all ahead on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
2 quarters in the books for Oregon versus UCLA, and the Ducks have the lead 28-10 under the lights of the Rose Bowl. Ashley Gentry here with you inside the Learfield Network studios, breaking down the first 2 quarters as we await kickoff on the second half. UCLA wins the toss and would set up Oregon to receive. Bruins will get the ball coming back to start the second half, So Dylan Gabriel and the Ducks offense would take the field to try and get things rolling tonight in Pasadena. Ducks backed up in their own end after a good opening kickoff from the Bruins. Gabriel able to create some space to work quickly, moving it down to the 45-yard line. Now 3rd and 6 for Oregon. First try at a 3rd down conversion. Jordan James picks it up out of the backfield, and the Ducks moving the change through the air, not much on the ground until that James run. We talked about Oregon keeping momentum coming out of the bye week, and it took 12 plays and just over 5 minutes for the Ducks to take the first shot.
2 tight ends, a tight end H-back situation, and Gabriel back to throw, has plenty of time, dumps it over the middle, Trayshawn Holden in, score, yes, touchdown Trayshawn Holden. He was going to get hit right at the 1-yard line. It was just a question of whether or not he could backflip into the end zone, and that's what he did.
Dylan Gabriel connects with Trayshawn Holden for a 12-yard catch and run to grab the first 6 of the game. Extra point is good, and Oregon leads 7-0 with just under 10 left on the clock in the first quarter. Ethan Garbers and the Bruins now take the field, looking to answer back with 7 of their own, but Oregon's defense shutting down UCLA's run game, keeping everything to the outside. Not much to show in for it for yardage. Things looking good for Oregon, but a pass interference call against the Ducks gives the Bruins 15 yards, allowing UCLA to push down into dangerous territory. But Ducks able to hold the Bruins to a 28-yard field goal to make it 7-3 with 2.5 to go. 7-minute opening drive for the Bruins. Fast-paced first quarter, just 1 possession each so far, but Oregon gets the ball back into the hands of Dylan Gabriel, who went 7 for 8 in the opening drive of the game. Potential turnover ruled out of bounds, almost ending the drive early for Oregon, but fortunately, again, ruled out of bounds. Ducks almost pull off the double pass. Tez Johnson to Herbert, just a little overthrown. Boy, would have that been something, but we play on into the second quarter. 4th and 3 for Oregon, and they would choose not to go for it, but the kick is good, and the Ducks take a 10-7 lead early in the second quarter. Second go-round for UCLA now, and Garbers, as Jerry said, who is going to blink first. Both teams trading scoring drives so far through the game. Bruins about to get their drive going, but the refs pull a fast one and stop play for a late targeting call against UCLA. but that call would end up not standing, and the Bruins get things started with 14:55 on the clock. Flags fly again, and this time the call stands. 5-yard penalty against the Bruins for illegal formation to make it 1st and 15, with Garber set to send his first pass off through the air.
That left hash in the snap. Wants to throw it quickly. Gets rid of it, and it is intercepted. Betcher with a grab. He jumped in front of the intended receiver. Garbers was feeling pressure.
Fields an interception.
Yeah, Garbers was feeling pressure, and Betcher stepped in front and to the ground and went and picked that ball up.
The Joey McMurray squeeze, they call that. The defensive line just squeezing that pocket around Garbers, and all of a sudden you get a little nervous. You have to throw the ball sidearm around people that are in the way, and Bryce Betcher gets the interception. The Oregon Ducks with a golden opportunity here to take a 10-3 lead and widen it out real quickly.
Bryce Betcher with the interception for Oregon, his first of the season, and the Ducks get the ball back with just a little over 10 to go. Huge play for the future MLB-bound linebacker, 3rd and 6 for Gabriel and company, and the flags fly again against UCLA. Pass interference giving Oregon a first down in the red zone, and Jordan James would take full advantage of the turnover.
A full house reverted wishbone given to James going right, and he will roll into the end zone. Jordan James, kind of an inverted wishbone, running back to the east side of Dylan Gabriel, and then one behind him.
Boy, did they clear a hole there. I don't think anybody touched Jordan James going in.
2 yards right up the middle, and the turnover proves costly for the home team. Oregon adds to their lead, now 17-3, with 12 to go until halftime, and the ball back with Garbers and the Bruins, who is 5 for 7 so far. 2 huge back-to-back plays by Jordan Birch puts the Bruins in a tight spot with a 3rd and 20, turns 4th down, and just like that, Oregon back on offense. Penalties really a problem for the Bruins. They get called for a personal foul, giving Oregon an extra 15 to start the drive. Now on the 50-yard line, Gabriel looking deep with Tez Johnson in his sights.
Here's a keep now back to throw. Wanting to go deep down the field, and he has got him. It is Tez. Touchdown, Oregon. Tez, if the ball's there, it's easy. The ball was there, and it was easy. And Oregon tacks on 6 more.
A 52-yarder from Gabriel to Tez, and the Oregon fans are shouting at the Rose Bowl. 25-3. Ducks with now just under 10 to go in the first half. UCLA really getting caught in a hole now, needing to make something positive happen here. But the Oregon defense had other plans for Garbers.
Garber snapping back to throw. Looks middle, pressured, and he is swamped. And I mean, there are Ducks all over him back at the 25-yard line.
Garber say hello to Mateo. A huge sack for the Ducks, halting the Bruins yet again. And just like that, Oregon back in possession. So a great first half for Oregon, and UCLA's frustration starting to show. A huge collision up high against Ferguson. Ducks holding their breath there for a second, but he gets up and walks off on his own as play continues. Close call for T. Ferg, but no call, and he would head to the locker room early. The drive would not produce a touchdown, but Oregon would grab 3 off a field goal, scoring on every drive of this game, now leading 28-3. 2-minute warning, and UCLA with one more chance to find the end zone. Wanted points, but also being aware of the clock, not wanting a hot Oregon offense to get the ball back before halftime, but that is how it would go. Oregon gets the ball back, and now the Ducks a 3rd and goal with 24 seconds remaining, pounding on the door for another 6.
Short side of the field from the left hash mark. Snap to throw. Looking. Nobody open. Now throws. Oh. It's picked. And it's going to be a good one. Only guy can stop him right now is Gabriel. Got a blocker in front of him, and he's going to go all the way unless he gets caught from behind. From the 20 to the 10. Touchdown, UCLA. I see no flags. And what a turn of event as Brian Addison with the pick goes about 85 yards for the pick 6.
What a turn of events here. 6 points are scored, but not by the Ducks. A 96-yard pick 6 gives UCLA some life, and not the way Oregon wanted to end the first half, but nonetheless, they lead it 28-10. And that's how it all played out in the first half tonight under the lights of the Rose Bowl. Oregon 28, UCLA 10. Back after this with your halftime scoreboard update here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
And we interrupt you with breaking news live from the Pepsi Wild Cherry aisle.
Steve, I've never seen anything like this. The bold, refreshing, and bursting with cherry deliciousness of Pepsi Wild Cherry is, well, let's just say everyone is getting wild. There's dancing, binge watching, and this on-the-scene reporter can't wait to pop, lock, and drop it.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Go ahead. Get wild.
Pepsi is proudly distributed by locally owned Bigfoot Beverages. Go Ducks, drink Pepsi.
Get your home turf ready to play with the game-changing performance of Steel. Enjoy big savings this fall on Steel handheld outdoor power equipment. Find yours at over 10,000 local Steel dealers. Steel is a proud supporter of your Oregon Ducks. Real Steel. Find yours.
Ducks. Got it! Touchdown, Oregon! Bruins. Tremendous throw and a better catch.
This is Oregon football from Learfield.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
August was born 3 pounds, 9.8 ounces. When I first saw him, it was a whole range of emotions. There's stuff I still want to do. Being a young dad, it's not giving up. It's shifting. I looked through his eyes. I envisioned a whole future with him already. To throw the first football to him, give him ice cream for the first time. My life is now devoted to his life.
Through all of fatherhood's firsts, never stop being a dad. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Time for another check of scores from around the Big Ten and the rest of college football. Brought to you by Safeway, official grocery partner and tailgate headquarters of the Oregon Ducks.
Welcome back inside the Learfield Network studios. Ashley Gentry here with you as we get set for the start of the second half, where Oregon leads UCLA 28-10. Super quick scoreboard update here for you. We have 2 games still ongoing other than ours. Number 25, Boise State leads Washington State 31-17 with about 13 to go in the fourth quarter. And number 10, Utah on top, or trailing Arizona 16-3 with about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third. Low scoring game, but right now the Wildcats on top. All of our other games today have gone final, including that big one over in the SEC. Number 2, Georgia versus number 4, Alabama, and the Crimson Tide gets it done despite a late push by the Bulldogs. Final score 41-34. We'll get you those other scores throughout the game, but we're going to take a quick timeout, and it is time for second half at the Rose Bowl. Back right after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
College football's most refreshing halftime show has been brought to you by Coors Light. Choose chill. Proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. This is Duck Football from Learfield.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
A chip is just a chip without hell of a good dip. If you're looking for a never-miss flavor that you'll never stop craving for game day, French onion is your guy. Real deal ingredients, ridiculously smooth and creamy texture, and off-the-charts crave-worthy flavor that makes any dip, dunk, or bite come alive. It's hell of a creamy, hell of a delicious, hell of a good dip. Official sponsor of the Hell of a Good Tailgate Tour.
Duck fans, join the flock at Matthew Knight Arena and fly with Duck basketball today.
Cutting to the basket, two-hand jam!
Season tickets are now available for Oregon men's and women's basketball. Be a part of the inaugural Big Ten seasons and don't miss out.
Drive stops. She wants another three. Oh, 3 in a row!
Secure the best seats in the house by visiting GoDucks.com or calling 1-800-WEBFOOT. We'll see you there. Go Ducks!
Is the Coors Light halftime show. Choose Chill, proud partner of Oregon Athletics. We got the second half action coming up with Oregon leading 28-10. My thanks to Ashley Gentry back in the OSN studios. Looking at some of our halftime stats as we get ready for the third quarter of action. Dylan Gabriel, 22 for 28, 228 yards, 2 touchdowns with that 1 interception. And I bet you when we ask him postgame, that will be the play that he'll probably remember the most. A 79% completion rate still, though, for Dylan Gabriel. On the other side, Ethan Garber, 7 of 10 for 61 yards and 1 interception. Running the ball for the Ducks, Jordan James, 9 carries for 45 yards. Dylan Gabriel, 3 carries for 23 yards. Noah Whittington's also carried the ball 3 times for 9 yards for the Ducks on the ground. Leading catchers for the Ducks, leading receivers, Tez Johnson with 8 total for 106 yards and a touchdown. Trayshawn Holden, 4 catches for 59 yards. Evan Stewart, 3 catches for 9 yards. Justice Lowe, 2 for 7, and a slew of Ducks, all with 1 catch. Ducks outgaining the Bruins 304-54. A 28-10 lead for the Ducks here in the Big Ten Conference opener. I'm Joey Mack. Dusty Hara headed back down to the sideline. Along with Mike Jorgensen, here's the voice of the Ducks, Jerry Allen.
Thank you, Joey Mack. Ducks will kick it off, and deep, Keegan Jones at the 5-yard line. Attica Sappington down to our left, as Oregon will be kicking from our left to our right as we look at the Rose Bowl here at Speaker Field. This one's going deep into the end zone, no return, and will come out to the 25-yard line. After that Oregon State game, I tweeted out, made the comment about, best broadcast team in America, Joey, Jorgie, and Dusty, and because he's never on the air, I left John Lundquist out of that. The guy I miss most when we're on the road is John Lundquist.
Just didn't happen to be on the trip with us.
We didn't have our stats. We just don't have, we can look them up on the screen, but it's not the same without John.
Yeah.
So, we're back home next week, buddy. Get you back. 25-yard line, first down. UCLA Garber's going to hand the ball off and right up the middle, and met after about a quick 2 or 3 yards is T.J. Harden, listed number 1 of the depth chart. They used Keegan Jones, but Harden, 28 carries coming into the game, 9 carries for Jones, so Harden is the guy. Pickup was 2 yards, second down, and 8. 2 receivers come out to the left. J. Michael Sturdivant way out to the left. 1 receiver alone to the right. Now tight end is Montevau. He'll go H-back to the right. Garber's going to hand this one off again. There's a hole. That's a first down run and a big run. All the way across the 45. Tripped up. 1 shoestring tackle away from being a touchdown.
Nice hole on the right side of that UCLA offensive line. Gets the tailback upfield really quickly for the big gain. And you're right, Jerry. It's a shoestring tackle from behind. It might have been, couldn't tell who that was that made the tackle, but for Oregon. It saved a big run, potentially a touchdown for UCLA to open the second half here.
Tysheem Johnson is the one that got him from behind and got an arm whip on the leg. Otherwise, he's gone. 49-yard line first down, handed off, going right, trying to get the edge, and maybe 3 or 4 yards. Trying to turn the corner is Harden. Bring up second down and about 7.
UCLA coming out trying to establish their ground game. They've had a hard time throwing it. Frankly, had a hard time running it in the first half, which leads to a hard time throwing it. So if you can begin to get some sort of ground game going here, it loosens things up a little bit for Ethan Garbers in the UCLA pass game. And so far, all of this yardage out into the Oregon 49-yard line has been on the ground for UCLA.
Sturdivant, Flores, and Gilmer, the wide receivers, all out to the left. And here's a slip, almost falling down as Garbers. He's going to get positive yards out of what might have been a loss of 3 or 4. It'll be third down and long.
Well, it was smart of him to pull that ball back out because the tailback was getting tackled for a loss. And then Garbers slips. Looks like he should be tackled for a loss and did a great job just making 2 or 3 yards out of that to bring up third and about 5 for UCLA at the Oregon 46-yard line.
Tatum Tuioti is the one that came up and made the play on Garbers, who was able to get positive yards. Third and 5. Garbers trips to the left, little triangle pattern. Little movement out there. Garbers back to throw. Looking middle, looking left. Pressured and going to go down. The sack will go to Jeffrey Bassa, but there were a couple of other Ducks that were closing in. Garbers was not going to get away.
Came in from the outside, and there was nowhere for Garbers to go up the middle. So Bassa began to flush him, and with his speed is able to get to him, too, and bring him down and stop that UCLA drive. So UCLA, a promising drive all the way inside Oregon territory, but the sack takes him back to their own 45, and they'll punt it away.
A loss of 8 yards on Bassa's sack. And into punt, again, Chase Berry. If UCLA does indeed punt it, and they do. Very, very high. Well, what a punt. Huge hang time. And Tez takes it at the 5-yard line, and I'm not sure if he realized exactly where he was. There used to be kind of an unspoken rule between a receiver and a team. If the ball's going to be, well, you put your heels on the 10-yard line, was that it? And if it's over your head, you let it go?
That used to be the rule, and frankly, Tez was lined up inside his own 10-yard line, drifted back to about the 5 or 6. Fair caught it. That ball looked like it might have, checked up and been about right there, but sometimes it'll go into the end zone and you'll have it out, at the 20-yard line. Instead, Oregon starts first and 10 at their own 6. This is about the only time Oregon's had this type of field position all game long.
Huge punt for Berry. It's called almost flipping the field, although they had it near midfield, but we had a timeout. 28-10. Oregon with the lead over UCLA. We'll get the ball back here. First time in the second half at Pasadena, the Rose Bowl on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
First Interstate Bank is the proud sponsor of the Community Hero Program. Throughout the year, Duck fans have been submitting stories about heroes in our community. And First Interstate Bank wants to recognize Denise McCallum. Denise's love for animals and people is boundless, caring for strays, supporting neighbors in need, and even helping animals in the Philippines during typhoons. Despite battling cancer, she remains selfless, driven by faith, and always ready to lend a hand. On behalf of First Interstate Bank, thank you, Denise McCallum.
We all know there are morning people and not so morning people. But now that McDonald's has bagels, the morning people demographic might just have to make room for some new members of the club. Talk about a game changer.
There's no better way to wake up. Try McDonald's hearty steak, egg, and cheese bagel with a juicy steak patty and grilled onions, fluffy eggs, and melty cheese. Or try one with smoky bacon or savory sausage at participating McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm coming home to the place that I remember. Back to the land of my first love. Would you spread wide your arms for this wayward son?
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl. 28-10 Oregon with a lead here early third quarter. By the way, Dylan Gabriel only needed 135 yards to join Case Keenum as the only players in NCAA history to reach 17,000 career total yards. He did it, and he did it easily. He only needed 15 passing yards to pass Graham Harrell for number 4 in NCAA history. That's just
pretty amazing.
Yeah, really amazing. And I'll give you a moment to talk about that Boise State game and the numbers that they're putting up. Gentry's putting up again. He's he's the real deal.
Genty's just a really good running back. Really right now, 22 carries for 247 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Cougars. So, got to be smart down here, Oregon offense.
From their own 6-yard line, they're going to hand it off, and off left tackle. Pyle pushes him across the 10 to about the 12-yard line. That's a good first down run of about 6 yards. Should be second down and 4.
Ball security really important in this part of the field, and got to make really smart decisions if you're Dylan Gabriel in the pass game. And frankly, that Oregon offensive line needs to move people like they did on that play right there, get themselves out of the shadow of their goalpost.
Trips to the right-hand side. Sadiq in with Tez and Herbert at a tight end. Here's the snap and hand it off again. And this time, nothing. UCLA got there with a handoff, and it'll be third down and 4. No gain.
Yeah, really blew up everything in the interior of that Oregon offensive line where it looked like Jordan James, I think, or Whittington. Jordan James just had nowhere to go, to cut to go any place on that particular play. So Oregon had a lot of blockers inside, so then there were a lot of defenders in that box to be able to defend, and UCLA defended the play well.
Sadiq goes out, and the Ducks will go with 3 receivers out to the right and 1 to the left. Inside receiver, a tight end. On third down and 4. Actually, Medi lost a half a yard. Back to throw, Gabriel. Pressure comes, runs away from it, and throws it into the ground. He did not have an open receiver. That was a smart play by Gabriel. Looked like he was trying to throw that ball to a receiver, but he was covered, and I think that was a safe play.
Just threw it in the ground. UCLA, for the first time tonight, for the most part, brought some good pressure on Dylan Gabriel. Gabriel's been able to roll out a couple of times and get out of the pressure, but they brought an extra defender who came in unblocked on the play, and that's who the pressure came from, where Dylan Gabriel had to let go of it for an incomplete pass.
Ross James back to punt. And Logan Loya deep, punt away. Very high, wobbly. And fair catch called for in UCLA territory, but barely at the 47-yard line. So UCLA punted it away deep inside the 10. Oregon did not move it at all, punted it back, and UCLA has the ball right where they punted it away one series ago. At their own 47-yard line. 28-10. First time Oregon has had to punt tonight. But they had terrible field position to begin with and had to play it a little bit safe. UCLA putting some pressure on. We're in a timeout, and we'll take it here in the third quarter on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
No matter what you do or where you do it in Oregon, SAFE is with you, helping injured workers return to work and preventing future injuries. SAFE, workers' comp that really works. Learn more at SAIF.com.
Dear summer vacay, load up on fun in a new Toyota. Go off-road in the 4Runner, haul it all in the Tundra, play hard in the Tacoma, or take the scenic route in the all-new all-hybrid Camry. Visit Toyota.com for more info. Toyota, let's go places.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
The Oregon Ducks head to the Big Ten Conference.
UCLA.
What a scene this is going to be.
From the Country Financial Broadcast booth alongside Mike Jorgensen, here's the voice of the Ducks, Jerry Allen.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Rose Bowl. Country Financial, proud supporter of the Ducks, makes insurance easy. Worry less. Feel more confident with insurance designed to meet your specific needs. Visit countryfinancial.com to get started today. Experience more with Country Financial. Dusty Hare down on the sideline. Our Toyota sideline. Mike, I wish you at home listening to the broadcast could see Joey Mack behind us, who is producing the broadcast and engineering everything, in a pretzel trying to do 3 things at the same time when I give him a 4th thing to do. Okay, Dusty, you're there. I looked back. I was afraid I heard him. Dusty, this is a game right now that has changed complexion a little bit. First time Oregon's had to punt, and UCLA moving the ball a little bit.
Yeah, Coach Lanning talks about this all the time, right? How the importance of the middle eight, getting points and what that momentum can do, especially if you're coming out of the half and you're getting the ball back. And obviously, that touchdown for the interception return by Brian Addison, huge momentum swing for UCLA. And now the Ducks trying to get that swing back on their side. And it all starts with a big play on the defensive end of the field. And we got a big sack at the end of the last drive. But right now, you can swing that momentum back by creating a turnover and pushing UCLA back in negative territory.
That interception gave UCLA life, no doubt about it.
Garbers. He's got Harden beside him. Moves to his right, trips out to the right. One of those at H-back. One receiver to his left, and Garbers on first down. Going to hand it off again, and there's room for Harden going outside. Flag comes in as he goes down at the 50-yard line. And Bryce Betcher makes the tackle unassisted, but a flag came flying in from the referee.
Holding, offense number 87, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Our referee tonight, Ron Snodgrass.
You know, that might force UCLA now to have to air this thing out a little bit more, being first and long, being behind the chains right off the bat there. UCLA has come out this second half trying to run the ball, and they've had some efficiency with it in their opening drive before Oregon forced them to punt. But now in a first and long type of situation, might have to throw it.
Three receivers go out to the right for Garbers on first and 20 at his own 38-yard line, and he's back to throw. Looks at throws quickly. He's got a man, a catch made, and that'll be way short of the first down, but he picked up about 11 or 12 yards of that 20. Another tight end, Bryce Pierre, the third listed tight end on this UCLA tight end group.
Yeah,
Betcher again on the tackle.
Got most of the yards of that penalty back and then some.
Second down, and let's call it 9. Second and 9. The ball at the 48 of UCLA left hash. Two receivers out to the right for Garbers, and they will go back to the run game again. And up the middle, big run. First down into the secondary deep, and he'll go to the 35 of Oregon. TJ Harden and UCLA going to the ground game and making it work. And George, you already mentioned it. That brings up the passing game.
That brings up the passing game. Garbers has only had to throw it once here in the second half. He was able to get 12 on the previous play. And so from first and 20, UCLA first and 10 now at the Oregon 34-yard line. And most of their yards here in the second half so far, any effectiveness they've had on the ground. So plenty of time left in this game for UCLA to run the offense and run the ball.
Two chunk plays on the ground. Garbers this time is going to give it up again, and there is this time nothing going for Harden. I think he wanted to go off that right tackle or right end. It wasn't there, so he tried to bounce it outside, and that wasn't there.
And there was just no place for him to cut the ball up. I think that's what he wanted to be able to do, was somehow, some way cut upfield, and Oregon would not allow him to do it, and that allowed Harmon to track him down from behind. I think it was Harden that maybe got hurt on the play, too.
Referee tried to stop the clock, and it didn't stop.
Please reset the game clock to 8 minutes, 2 seconds, 8:02.
Yeah. He tried to indicate an injury and waved to stop the clock, and they kept
Please
running.
reset the play clock to 25 seconds.
TJ Harden, who was the ball carrier, is the one that came off, but he didn't look like he was limping too badly. Garbers will go from under center. Loss of 2 on that play. Second down and 12 now. Garbers under center. Single back behind it. Turn. Play action to throw. Looking deep down the right side. He's got a man, but he can't quite get his hands on the ball, and I thought it was there to be made. Montevau just did not grab that ball. It was there. It wasn't tipped. Wasn't knocked away. He just did not get it.
Devin Jackson running with him, but it looked like Montevau had beat him by just a little bit. And then when he's also the larger guy, you figure he's going to have a chance to go up and get that, but just barely overthrown. Devin Jackson in pretty good position to cover that pass.
Montevau dove as that ball came in, but he just could not find it. Brings up third down and 12 now at the Oregon 36-yard line, right hash. running plays have got them here. Now an incomplete pass, and Garbers to throw again. Back and just throws it into the ground. That was going to be a screen, I think.
Wanted to run the screen pass, but Oregon sniffed it out, had defenders every place, and Garbers makes a really good decision there by just throwing that ball into the ground.
So Chase Berry into punt again. It would seem at the 36-yard line. No, they're going to try a field goal. From the 44, a 54-yard field goal. Now, Chase Berry has a 47-yard field goal to his credit.
Is it Berry or is it Bagani?
It may be Mateen Bagani. Yeah, Mateen Bagani. Placement, kick on the way. Gonna be close. It is good. Snuck it over the bar. I want to watch the replay to see where the ball was because I didn't think it was going to get there. It hung in the air and just got over that crossbar. So UCLA gets points here in the second half, making it 28-13 Oregon lead, and the Ducks will get the ball back and need to reignite the offense. Cleared it by probably less than a foot, 10 inches for the 3 points. You got it. We got the timeout. Kickoff coming up. Back to the Ducks after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You know you make me wanna take my heels up and throw my hands up and throw my head back and come on now, so good to see you real.
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl. It's Speaker Field at the Rose Bowl here in Pasadena in our Country Financial broadcast booth where the Ducks will get the ball back and try to regenerate the offense. Safeway is the official grocery partner of the Oregon Ducks. Stop by Safeway to play the Score Big sweepstakes and enter for a chance to win great prizes such as Duck Gear or season tickets. During getting credit to UCLA, they've come out with a little spark here in the second half.
They have. I mean, running the ball in particular has been most of their yardage, but it's yardage that has gotten them points, and it's a 54-yarder on the Toyota Drive Summer for UCLA. A 6-play, 17-yard drive is all it was, but 2:23 is what it took off the clock. Pagani's 54-yard field goal that just snuck over the top of the crossbar is good. And UCLA has crept a little bit closer to Oregon. 28-13, the Ducks lead. 7:34 left here in the third quarter. And, boy, I'll tell you what, the oxygen has left the Oregon sideline since Terrence Ferguson got hurt, it seems like.
Yeah, we'll go down to Dusty Hare in a moment and get an update on Terrence Ferguson. Kickoff coming from our right to our left. Foot into the ball. This one's going to go high, and this one will go a yard deep and not come out. Jaden Lamar. I think Woodington was ready to go, and Lamar raced over to him and got in front of him and said, down, no. And then when he finally took a knee, patted him on the helmet and said, good job, thank you. Let's go down to Dusty Hare and our Toyota sideline mic and to get an update on Mr. Ferguson.
Yeah, Terrence Ferguson down here on the sidelines in street clothes, and as Jorgie said, his importance to the offense, I think since that injury, his importance to the run game and on third down where Dylan Gabriel loves to go to a big number 3.
But somebody's got to step up. Tez will go in motion and out to the left-hand side. 2 receivers out there. And this is a run. James up the middle. Gets a crease. He'll get a quick 5 or 6 yards to the 31. That was a quick burst. And it will be second down and 4. Holden, Stewart, and Tez all come to the right this time. On second down and 4. Gabriel, give it to him again. Up the middle, dives to just about the 35. If he's there, it's a first down. They're marking him as if he is. Let's see where they place the ball.
Just short.
Yeah, they're going to put that ball between the 34 and 35-yard line. It's third and half a yard. Third and about the length of the football, maybe. Ducks will go trips right. Give it to James again, and he will get the first down and point straight arm outside of the 40. Down the left sideline, he'll go to the 50-yard line. They had him for the first down, and then the straight arm got him an extra 15 to 20 yards.
He kept that play alive. He wasn't going to just run into the pile, let the pile go forward and get up and go to the next play. He bounced out to the outside, and then that straight arm got him another 10, 15 yards.
Looks like Jeremiah Johnson out there with that straight arm. 3 receivers out to the right and to throw. Quick bubble screen out to the right. Tez going to try to get by, but will not. He gets it back to the line of scrimmage, and Addison's got him wrapped up. Downstairs quickly to Dusty Hara.
So that third down run by Jordan James, unbalanced formation. Josh Connolly went from left tackle all the way out to the far right tackle outside Arjani Cornelius. Patrick Herbert setting the edge and sealing the cutback lane for Jordan James.
I saw that movement, and I didn't realize that's exactly what it was. Good catch by you, Dusty. Here's Dylan Gabriel rolling to his left to throw. Swings it downfield, and underneath, he tried to get Stewart. Stewart at about the 35-yard line, tried to kind of squeeze it between a couple of Bruins.
I thought when he let that ball go, trying to go to Stewart, I thought he had a nice little hole to throw that into. Couldn't tell if that got batted down or if it just hit the ground, but thought he had a great opportunity to complete that pass.
Big third down. Oh, it looked like he did, although it squeezed in a hurry. Third down and 10 at the 50-yard line. Herbert all the way in. Oregon's going to get a procedure penalty as Herbert went in motion to the left. And I think Josh Connerly.
False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Yeah, he started pass protection a little bit early.
Yeah, it looked like UCLA started a little bit early, and then he rose up to somewhat defend himself, but I couldn't tell if it was Connerly first.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you react to that, and they'll give it to the defense, but instead Oregon gets penalized, and, boy, need a first down here.
3rd and 15. Ducks at their own 45. 3 receivers out to the left, empty backfield. Now Whittington goes in motion. And here's a screen batted down. Tried to set a little screen. Looked like maybe a little tunnel screen over the left or middle. And it just got knocked out of the air. It'll be 4th down, and Oregon will punt for the second time in the game, both here in this half.
Yeah, it looked like they were maybe trying to throw that to, I couldn't tell who it was, maybe Sadiq in the middle, kind of a middle screen. He was checking back in, and the ball got batted down by a defensive lineman. So UCLA, the second half, right now, outplaying Oregon on both sides of the ball.
Logan Loya is deep. Well, UCLA trying to make Oregon jump. Here's the punt, got it away. Off the side of the foot a little bit. It's going to bounce and go downfield inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line. And I'm a little surprised. I'm not exactly sure how that rule leads to. And you got a defensive lineman jumping into the neutral zone, trying to make the offense move. I know if you don't touch anybody, but it seems like that's
trying to draw you.
Trying to draw you offside. I know you can't make a noise or indicate in any way that you're trying to draw the offense offside by imitating a snap count, but I thought UCLA got away with a little bit right there. 12-yard line where the punt ends up. UCLA will get it back deep in their own territory. Oregon with an opportunity to sort of flip the field back to where they had it near midfield if they can defend. UCLA, steady dose of running. See if they come back to that here. Oregon on top, 28-13 at the Rose Bowl on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Wherever you are in life, once a duck, always a duck. That's OCCU. Since 1956, OCCU has helped the University of Oregon community take flight financially, like our remarkable checking and duck debit card that give Duck fans more for the things they care about, more for the game, more for gear, more for a bright future. Earn interest, show your Duck devotion, and start earning more today. Learn more at myoccu.org/getduckdebit.
A chip is just a chip without hell of a good dip. If you're looking for a never-miss flavor that you'll never stop craving for game day, French onion is your guy. Real deal ingredients, ridiculously smooth and creamy texture, and off-the-charts crave-worthy flavor that makes any dip, dunk, or bite come alive. It's hell of a creamy, hell of a delicious, hell of a good dip. Official sponsor of the Hell of a Good Tailgate Tour.
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl. We are in our Country Financial broadcast booth. The Ducks are up 28-13, all 28 of those points in the first half. We played most of the third quarter, and Oregon hasn't really dented UCLA territory much at all. Duck broadcast, by the way, brought to you by Toyota Let's Go Places. Oregon's offense not as efficient as it was in the first half.
No, just slightly over 300 yards of offense at the end of the first half at 336 right now, as there's 5:21 left here in the third quarter, and really Oregon hasn't done anything. Maybe a first down or two. UCLA has moved the ball, been able to kick a 54-yard field goal to get some points out of it. Oregon now at least has UCLA trapped in their end of the field, because the first two times that UCLA had it, especially the second time, they started about midfield, didn't have to go very far to get into field goal range, but starting inside their own territory at their own 12-yard line, if Oregon's defense could just make a nice stand here, they get good field position, hopefully can get back into some sort of offensive rhythm, because there's been none so far here in the second half.
Garbers will have T.J. Harden back in. He was out limping a little bit earlier, but he's fine. And he'll set up to the left to Garbers from that shotgun. Two receivers out to the left, one to the right. And Garbers, low snap, but hands it off. And boy, right in the backfield. In fact, as the ball is being handed off, Amari Washington is there. That ball, he almost knocked that ball loose. That's how quick he got there.
Yeah, almost got the handoff himself. I think he wants to play offense in some way, shape, or form. He already has tonight as a blocking back. That time he about took the handoff as a defensive lineman.
A loss of 3, not a sack, because it was handed off to the running back. It'll be second down and 13 at the 9-yard line. Garber's shotgun again, trips left, and a receiver right. Empty backfield now as the running back clears. Garbers throws it right. Catch made, and close to a first down, depending on where they mark him out of bounds. Too much there. Flores Jr. with a catch for the first down. Nico Reed tried to spin him down and spun him just past the downs marker.
Boy, had UCLA in a second and long situation and an obvious pass situation, which is exactly what you want defensively. But right now, UCLA is saying, you know what? We think we can go at Nico Reed, because they're not throwing the ball at Muhammad on the other side of the field.
Tight formation, only one receiver out to the right. 3 close to the formation to the left. So everybody in tight. Now motion to the right is Flores, and here's the handoff going inside, getting a few yards. Penalty flag will come out, and from the umpire, most likely going to be against UCLA. It's Harden again on the carry.
Holding, offense number 74, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Spencer Holstrick, 6'3", 310-pound redshirt senior. It's a pretty veteran UCLA team. Dusty Hara downstairs, our Toyota sideline, Mike.
Yeah, guys, fresh on this drive. Ethan Garbers with his right ankle taped up.
Limping around.
On the last series when he got sacked, he got rolled up on. Now he has a significant limp. Expect that pressure be dialed up a little bit by the Ducks.
He'll have a running back Harden to his left. 3 receivers strung out to the right. Now motion going all the way to the right is Gilmer. 2 receivers each way. Garbers back to throw. Swings it downfield. It is caught. What a strike by Garbers to the 35-yard line. Jack Pedersen is the tight end who had lined up out to the right. I don't know if he had the wide receiver cross, but he was open.
Oh, 1st and 20. And now it's a first down just like that. Out past their 35-yard line to the 36, so Oregon had a chance to really trap UCLA deep in their end of the field. Instead, UCLA, with an injured quarterback, frankly, throwing that ball right on the money.
It's Garber's right ankle that is taped up, so he's favoring that one. From the shotgun again, tight formation. Looks for a quick throw, throws it, catch, and then a tackle immediately for a 4-yard gain. That's going to be Gilmer on the catch, the wide receiver, and there's Nico Reed again on the stop. 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6, right at the UCLA 40-yard line, down to 2:29 left here in the third, and still 28-13, Oregon with the lead. Sturdivant comes way out to the left. Inside of him, Flores, and a receiver inside of him. Garber, shotgun. 2nd down and 6. Turn, hand it off. Hole up the middle. Fighting near a first down, and he'll have it on the run as the pile is pushed to the 49-yard line. So UCLA moving the ball, and that is Jalen Berger.
They've stayed very composed. 28-3, and then the Brian Addison interception return of 96 yards really turned things right before the end of the first half. 28-10, Oregon led at halftime, but UCLA has come out here in the second half and frankly has completely owned this third quarter.
UCLA with 2 H-backs, one left, one right, 2 tight ends. And here's the quick throw, caught. Going to be about a 5 or 6 yard pickup. That's going to be Flores Jr. And there's Nico Reed again. So they're really throwing at Nico Reed, aren't they?
They are. Not many people throw at Jabbar Muhammad, as we know, when he played for that other team last year, and Oregon had to go against him. And there's just not a lot of teams that want to throw against him. And I wouldn't either.
Pick up of 5 yards, 2nd down and 5. Clock down to a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Garbers will go under center. One back behind it. 2 receivers to the boundary of the short side of the field. It's going to be a handoff again, going left, trying to get a cutback lane, and not much there. Only a 1 yard gain, if that, for Harden. Ducks rally to the ball, and it'll be 3rd down and about 3. Ball just short of the Oregon 45-yard line.
UCLA's backs are doing a nice job of getting beyond the first contact oftentimes there. It looks like Oregon's got to play to be able to make a tackle for a no gain, and instead it ends up a 2 or 3 yard gain. And here, big 3rd down for UCLA to keep this drive alive.
Tight formation again, 3 receivers to the right up against the formation. And now motion out is Flores. Here's rolling right. Garber looking to throw. Nobody open. He'll throw it, and it is incomplete. Well defended that time. Oregon was on, and Boston was right there, the linebacker. And Garber, you get to see, he didn't have anybody open, really.
2 seconds left here in the third quarter, and it'd be interesting to see what UCLA is going to do here. Outside of field goal range, don't necessarily need to punt it away in a 4th and short situation. If you're the Bruins, you got nothing to lose. Nobody expects you to win this game, but now all of a sudden you're right back in it. You're basically a touchdown away from being a touchdown away.
See maybe a hard count here. Or you think they're going to run a play? 4th down and a long 3. Garbers from the Oregon 45. Snap. They're going to run a play. Looks to throw. Over the middle. It is almost. It might have been picked. And it was. Tysheem Johnson on the ball that is tipped up into the air by the receiver. And Johnson dove to the ground over somebody laying on the ground and got that ball with a clean pick.
And it almost looks like an Oregon defender.
An interception. That's the end of the third quarter.
An Oregon defender has the first shot at the interception, maybe. I couldn't tell, but it looked like it was
Muhammad. Yeah, it was Muhammad, yeah.
And they'll review this probably to see if he was able to catch that ball cleanly, but it's the end of the third quarter.
So we'll find out when we come back. It would appear that Oregon is going to get the ball back at their own 39-yard line. We'll find out. From our Country Financial broadcast booth, fourth quarter coming up. Oregon leading 28-13 here in Pasadena on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I want you to know. I said I want you to know right now. You've been good to me, baby. Better than I've been to myself.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter here in Pasadena. If we were at home, we'd be jumping and shouting, running all about. I miss it. I really do. We'll be home next Friday night. Right?
Yes.
Michigan State? Holy
yes, sir.
Big Ten, Friday night football. Crazy, crazy. Michigan State comes to town.
Yeah, Jonathan Smith making a return visit to the state as the head coach at Michigan State for the Sparty. Coming to town. By the way, I do want to thank, if you guys are still listening and have service, I want to thank the Spriggs family who's out elk hunting right now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, in the blues of Eastern Oregon, Blue Mountains over in that direction, and still in the Pacific time zone, but they sent a picture of a bull elk that, holy cow.
Oh, no, it's an elk, not a cow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
holy elk.
And it's not a cow elk. It's
no, it's
a big elk with horns. Let me just put it that way.
It was huge.
With horns. So nice
done.
Going, guys. Appreciate you listening in on us.
Thanks for being there.
Yeah. Safeway scoreboard update. Only a couple going on right now. Boise State taking out Washington State. That game is over. Boise State 45, Washington State 24. So the Broncos, a convincing victory over the Cougs, who suffered their first loss of the year. Ashton Genty, we talked about him, 26 carries, 259 yards, and 4 touchdowns. John Mateer, quarterback for Washington State, 26 of 37, 327 yards passing and a couple of touchdowns. But Boise State at home took it to the Cougars. Right now, Arizona in Salt Lake City with about 5 minutes left in that game. They lead the Utes 23-10. So again,
without Cam Rising.
Cam Rising, another game not being able to play. So there must be something definitely wrong with him when he got that injured hand a little bit earlier this season. So only 2 games besides this one going on right now, and that's what it is right there. Scoreboard update brought to you by Safeway, the official grocery partner of the Oregon Ducks.
Well, the Ducks are huddled up somewhere down there in the dark. They turn the lights off. I love the ability to turn the lights on and off. LED lights, you can do that with. Here's first down Oregon at their own 39-yard line, right hash. 2 receivers, make that 3 to the left-hand side as they go with an H and 2 receivers and 1 to the right for Gabriel to throw. Steps back, throws the screen. Pretty good one if he can get free. Sadiq jumps over the 45 and goes for 8 yards to the 47-yard line, almost the 48. Well, it was well designed. Looked like there was going to be more there.
Yeah, that was the play before they got batted down. This is almost the same screen pass. It looked like there was more there if he could cut outside of one side or the other.
Gabriel with a snap, give it a hand up to Whittington, who goes up the middle and gets the first down. He gets just to the 49-yard line, which was where he needed to get for the first down. They should move the chains. They haven't yet. Now they do. First down.
Nothing coming easy in this second half for the Oregon Duck offense.
Holden goes way out to the right. 2 receivers come to the short or boundary side of the field. Now Tez goes back to the right, so 2 receivers out there. And Gabriel ready. Claps the hands. UCLA doesn't jump. Look to the side for the play. Whittington still the running back beside Gabriel. Ducks at their own 49, first down. Gabriel snap, going to throw again off little play action. Little pressure, now throws it wide open out the right side. And Sadiq trying to gain some speed after he caught that ball. Kind of stumbled forward for about 4 yards. It'll be second down at about 6.
Boy, you got to like the matchup when you get Kenyon Sadiq, the H-back, out in the flat one-on-one with a lot of room. Tried to make a move or two there and stumbled forward and fell down. Bigger play there.
2nd and 6. Tez comes to the left, now goes back in motion to the right hand. The ball coming back the other way. Nice cutback by Whittington. He's going to get a good 5, almost 6-yard run, and he will be near the 41-yard line, and that's another first down. If they move the chains, which they now do.
Nice cutback.
On the stop for UCLA, Carson Sweetinger. Called his name a couple of times tonight. Quick play. Here's a quick screen out to the left-hand side, and Tez is going to run into a pile at about the 38-yard line. That led by K.J. Wallace.
And Brian Addison goes off limping, hobbling off on one foot.
UCLA has done a pretty good job on the screen game tonight for Oregon.
Because Oregon has thrown a lot of them here tonight. They must have seen something or really wanted to try to get that UCLA defense running from sideline to sideline to loosen up the middle, but UCLA's done a nice job.
Jordan James back in the game now. Back to throw, though. Gabriel going to swing it out to James out of the backfield. Going right near the downs marker. Pushes out of bounds right at the 30-yard line, and a little extracurricular activity over there. Come on, Dusty. You should be in the middle of that. Where are you? Dusty Hare, our sideline Toyota Mike. I thought I'd see you out on the field.
Guys, I was there. I was ready. I
don't think Jordan James liked being tackled right on the sideline.
I made a business decision.
Good business decision, too. First down at the 30. Gabriel's going to hand it off again. Nice little hole for James inside the 28 to the 27-yard line.
Business decision. That seemed more like a life decision to me. Smart, that's right.
Pick up 4, second down and 6, just at about the 26-yard line. Duck shuttling players in and out. Stewart's going to come wide left. Tez and Herbert are out to the right.
Well, no hurry as that clock continues to tick down.
2 running backs, one each side of Gabriel. Now Tez goes in motion back to throw Gabriel. Sets, looks left, looks over the middle, throws, catch by Holden. Holden's going to be dragged down. Right, and there's a flag, and the ball came loose. No whistles have blown, which is surprising.
Yeah, it's going to be a horse collar.
Yeah, they're going to take the ball all the way down to the end zone for a touchdown, but there's a flag back at the 25-yard line. And I didn't really think that the ball had come out before Holden went down.
Oh, yeah.
It came out, I thought after it. Yeah, big horse collar. So it's going to come back.
And I think he was down anyway.
Yeah, I thought he was down. Yeah, he was down. Was that Gabriel chasing him? Oh, my gosh. No indication of the penalty yet. Now here's the call. Not yet. Now here's the call. Now here's the call.
Either a face mask or a horse collar.
Officials discussing.
The runner was ruled down. Personal foul. Horse collar tackle. Defense number 20. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So the other officials were huddled up at about the 25-yard line, and I'm not sure what they were talking about.
So it's a face mask and a horse collar, and he is down. And how you allow that play to
first down?
How you allow that play to continue? Because that's how injuries happen. Also, that wasn't even close to being out before he's down.
Obvious that he was down, and a horse collar and a face mask. So all the way to the 13-yard line, the penalty, the personal foul, and it's first down at 10 at the 13, and Gabriel give it to James. Up the middle, nothing there, try to bounce it outside, and he will get caught for no gain. That's going to be Devin Upho, who is the first UCLA Bruin to push him outside and then drag him down. Our stats monitor here is not caught up with the game yet. They have 28-19.
Just did.
Wishful thinking on Now they change it, correct it. No gain, 2nd down and 10 at the 13. Gabriel sends Holden in motion behind him to the right and will keep it and look to throw it. Does throw it and outside to Sadiq. Kenyon Sadiq to the left. Didn't have a whole lot of room. He was pretty well covered, but he had screened off the defender. But it didn't gain him a whole bunch. They got it just to about the 9-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. I beg your pardon. 3rd down and 4 at the 13. Connor Casper, big 6'4", wide receiver.
Well, again, this is a situation where you don't need to force it in any type of tight coverage situation to even risk an interception.
Yeah, whistle, flags, movement on Oregon.
Illegal snap. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Yeah, Panalaulu moves the ball a little bit.
Probably flinched a little.
Yeah, just a flinch.
Yep. Little twitch.
So the penalty, 5 yards back to the 13-yard line, so it's 3rd down and 9. 3rd and 9. Trips to the right for Dylan Gabriel. Tez alone to the left. Might be Holden. Back to throw. Gabriel has some time. Sprints to his left. Throws into the end zone. It's caught. How did he get that through to Tez Johnson? Through traffic. A dart by Dylan Gabriel, and Tez Johnson with a catch.
It's almost like he knows exactly where that gap is going to be, and you throw it into the gap knowing that there's 2 defenders that are not going to be able to get there, and your guy is the only one that can get there. That guy happens to be Tez Johnson, but he threw it between 2 defenders and right on the money to Tez, and Tez snatches that ball out of the air for the touchdown, and Oregon finally gets on the board here in the second half.
Looking at the UCLA defenders, they looked at each other, and you can almost hear them say, was that a ball that went by?
He just threw it to the open spot.
That was well drawn up. Here's the point after by Sappington. He gets it off the right side. A rare miss on the extra point. 34-13 with 9:37 remaining.
Second missed extra point this year.
Let's go downstairs quickly to Dusty Harrod on Toyota Sideline Mike. Oregon, a little more juice here in the second half, but not the same as we saw in that first half.
Yeah, and that's a big drive, though, to get just the momentum back in your favor. You had a lot of sustained, easy throws on the drive from Dylan Gabriel, and you punch one in the end zone. A lot of pressure on that extra point, though. UCLA overloading the left side of Oregon's offensive line and coming right up through the middle, and you just got Atticus Sappington to push it just a little bit.
So, 34-13 with 9:37 left from our Country Financial broadcast booth. I'm Jerry Allen. Oregon Duck football brought to you by Pepsi, Bigfoot Beverages, and the Pepsi Go Ducks Game Day app. Download the app and follow the Ducks. Go Ducks. Drink Pepsi. We're back with more interesting football from the Rose Bowl after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear summer vacay, load up on fun in a new Toyota. Go off-road in the 4Runner, haul it all in the Tundra, play hard in the Tacoma, or take the scenic route in the all-new all-hybrid Camry. Visit Toyota.com for more info. Toyota, let's go places.
Before getting together with friends during pregame turned into an epic tailgate party, someone had to bring the 6-pack of Kona Big Wave. Kona Big Wave, bring the aloha. Copyright 2023 Kona Brewing Co., St. Louis, Missouri. Enjoy responsibly. Since 1894, the rivalry between Oregon and Oregon State has grown to a fever pitch. The 2024-25 rivalry series is in full force, and the action between the Ducks and Beavers will be exciting. Year after year, the student-athletes, coaches, and schools take great pride in being part of one of the longest rivalry series in the nation. The University of Oregon would like to thank Pacific North-South Plans, Albertson Safeway, Toyota, and First Interstate Bank as being the proud partners of this year's rivalry series.
Ducks.
Opportunity.
Bruins.
Coach Lanning talks about it all the time. This is the next opportunity.
From the Country Financial Broadcast booth alongside Mike Jorgensen, here's the voice of the Ducks, Jerry Allen.
Well, back to school could be chaotic, and Kohl's knows that finding what you need for a great year should be the one thing that's easy. That's why when you can find A-plus school essentials all for a great price, you know you're at Kohl's. But back to school stirs up the unexpected. It's time to head back to Kohl's. 9 minutes, 37 seconds. Oregon with a little momentum. The touchdown. Missed extra point, second this year for Atticus Sappington. And UCLA will get the ball back and needing something to happen in a hurry. Here's the approach to the ball, and Sappington boots this one very high. Going to go just a yard deep and brought out. 5, 10, up the middle, 15, almost gets free, goes to the 25, and a flag comes flying in from way downfield, and most likely against UCLA, which will bring it back inside the 15-yard line.
By the way, quick little Toyota drive summary for the Ducks there. Their first score here in the second half.
Holding, return team, number 83, half the distance to the goal, first down.
11-play, 61-yard drive, 12-yard touchdown catch by Tez Johnson. Oregon misses the extra point, 34-13, 9:30 left in this game.
Timeout on the field.
Another timeout, of which Safeway scoreboard report, there are two games going on right now where it is 6:49 a.m. in England. I just thought I would point that out right now. It's 23-10 Utah, or 23-10 Arizona over Utah, and in Oregon playing right now. It's almost 7 a.m. in England right now. Think about that.
I'm sorry, I have no idea where that came from.
What are we doing?
From our Country Financial Broadcast booth, we're back with the Ducks to the ball, 34-13. UCLA will have it on offense on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
It's been so long. How have you been?
Hello, I'm doing well.
Dave, why are you talking that way?
Please say 1 for a compliment or 2 for a question.
Yeah, this is weird. I think I'm going to go.
Talking with an automated phone tree can feel pretty ridiculous. That's why when you call Pacific Source Health Plans, you'll get a real person to answer all your important questions.
Pacific Source Health Plans? This is a real person. How can I help you?
Human service, not automated phone trees. Find a plan at PacificSourceMembersFirst.com.
A chip is just a chip without hell of a good dip. If you're looking for a never-miss flavor that you'll never stop craving for game day, French onion is your guy. Real deal ingredients, ridiculously smooth and creamy texture, and off-the-charts crave-worthy flavor that makes any dip, dunk, or bite come alive. It's hell of a creamy, hell of a delicious, hell of a good dip. Official sponsor of the Hell of a Good Tailgate Tour.
Welcome back to Country Financial Broadcast booth. Jerry Jorge and Dusty and Joey Mack, who has volunteered his email address. I know there are people listening in other countries around the world. South America, a couple of years ago, we got an email. So if you want to email us and let us know where you're listening to this game, what's the email address?
joeymack@uoregon.edu.
Not Jolly Joey, just Joey Mack.
That's right.
At UOregon.
You got that in 3 times tonight. I'm impressed. That's something.
Guys, you know what surprises me is I was giving you the Safeway scoreboard update in that Utah-Arizona game. Noah Fafita is 19 of 31, 197 yards, a couple of touchdowns and an interception. Arizona has run for 167 yards on Utah's defense. That's shocking. When they are so one-dimensional, and Utah's defense is so good, I can't believe they've given up 165 rushing. It must have been a 2-yard loss because it went from 167 to 165. With just
there you go. Blame it on you. U.S. Bank's a proud supporter of Oregon athletics. Together, there's nothing as powerful as the power of us. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Here's first down. Ethan Garbers from his own 9-yard line after the penalty. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Swing it out to the right. It's dropped. Incomplete. Quasi Gilmer had to go low to try to catch that ball, and he just couldn't hang on. Remember, on the kickoff, decent return, but a holding penalty against UCLA put the ball back at the 9-yard line. So they're going from deep in their own territory with 9:23 remaining. Don't have a luxury of running that ball. Garbers, Barton to his left, 3 receivers out to his left. From the 9-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Garbers, snap low, but he's got it. Back to throw. Pressure comes. There's a holding call, and the ball flops free at about the 15-yard line. His arm was hit as he let go of the ball, and it was a lame duck. But a lame Bruin.
On the field's an incomplete pass. Personal foul. Illegal helmet contact. Hands to the face. Defense, number 90. 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
Jamari Caldwell on that one, and hate to see that. That was a ball because Garber's arm got hit and he couldn't follow through, and the ball was just floating up in the air, and you thought, boy, if Oregon's going to have an easy interception there, would have been nullified anyway on the personal foul by Oregon.
A few too many penalties tonight, both teams. And big penalties, 15-yarders, a lot of personal fouls.
Yeah, you're right.
Out to the 24-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for UCLA. Garbers, 2 receivers way out to the left. Wide side. And a snap that was bad, handed it off. One Garber's in at quarterback. It was Justin Marty who was in at quarterback. So Garber's ankle injury may be enough that he just can't continue. Justin Martin at quarterback now. He's 6'4", 220, a redshirt sophomore. Snap down low, but he's got it. Wants to throw and does, and well defended, incomplete. And Dusty Hara down to the Toyota sideline.
It's not just Ethan Garbers in that ankle injury. When he got hit in the end zone there trying to get that throw off, he bounced his head off of the turf, and so he came out of the game. He was on the ground kind of reeling in pain a little bit. As you guys said, could be his shoulder. He did bounce his head off the turf, and he's got an ankle injury. The Ducks defense has been touching up Ethan Garbers tonight.
Laying on his back down there for a little while, no doubt.
Yeah. So, big 3rd down. Oregon showing pressure. See if they come. And they do. Swing the pass out. Caught. But short of the 1st down is Quasi Gilmer. And UCLA just about no way they want to punt that ball away. Dante Manning was right there to get him out of bounds, short of the 1st down by 1.5 yards. UCLA's not going to punt it from their own 34. 33, they're going for it.
Martin did a pretty good job knowing that the blitz was coming and the pressure was coming, putting that ball on the money on the outside.
UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA
full timeout.
has suddenly decided that maybe we should discuss this, and if we are going to go for it, let's make sure we got the right play. We'll take the break from our Country Financial broadcast booth, where the Ducks lead it 34-13 with 8:21 remaining. This quarter's taken forever to run down here on the Orient Sports Network from Learfield.
Save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Shop online at Safeway.com. Head to the store and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Everything you need, from milk, eggs, fresh meat, and produce, and much more. Delivered right to your car. No need to leave the car or stand in line. And the best part, your groceries will be ready for pickup in just a few hours. Shop, drive up, and go at Safeway.com.
Hey, mighty Oregon fans, get ready to make some noise with the McDonald's Game Day Bundle all season long, exclusively in the McDonald's app. Score big for your whole squad with the Cheeseburger Pack, featuring 2 classic cheeseburgers, 20-piece chicken McNuggets, and 2 orders of the crispy golden medium fries you love. All for just $14.99. How's that for a W? Must opt into rewards at participating McDonald's, valid through 2024-25 football season. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back to our Country Financial broadcast booth. No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM Big Ten Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through the regular season and into the postseason. We got your team covered anywhere you go. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/Big Ten Radio 2024. And being here all the time, I haven't noticed, is the Big Ten on in the state of Oregon yet?
Operator, please reset the game clock to 8 minutes, 27 seconds. 8:27.
It would only be if it was a Big Ten network broadcast on Comcast, and I don't know.
I don't believe that Comcast or Xfinity and the Big Ten have worked out an agreement yet, so not being home to watch or have the opportunity to, not knowing whether that is even a possibility right now. Dusty Hare down on the sideline. Dusty, you were wondering about stats. I heard you talking about the Oregon 389 yards to UCLA's 164. Passing-wise, Garbers is 12 of 20, and Gabriel 30 of 39. Lopsided numbers, as one would expect.
Yeah, they've stopped showing the stats up on the scoreboard here in the Rose Bowl, and with those numbers, you can see why.
Oregon's defense has not given up a touchdown here tonight. Only 2 field goals.
Oh, that's right, the defensive score. Here's not Garbers, but Martin on 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it on 4th and 1, hand it off, and getting the first down and almost breaking out across the 40. How often do you see a 4th and very short, and everybody's so tight that if you get through that line of scrimmage, you got room to run?
Nice patience there.
41-yard line, first down. Martin, shotgun, low snap, but he picks it up. Looking downfield and fires it way downfield, and that ball's incomplete. Into double coverage. Ill-advised throw, but it was away from everybody, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 back at the UCLA 41. Clock down to 7:59 remaining. Back into the game comes Quasi Gilmer as a receiver. Well, I'll let you update that in a moment, Joey. That is impressive. 41-yard line. We're talking about emails from those of you listening out of country. Here is 2nd down. Back to throw again. Martin has time. Now gets hit and will go down, but I don't think it'll be a sack. He got it back to the line of scrimmage. Could have been a sack, but they just couldn't wrap him up. Harmon's a DT that finally got him down. A couple of guys got shots at him, but couldn't bring him down. So
could not get a clean shot at him. He was able to get away.
3rd down. Martin coming in had thrown only 1 pass in his career. This is his first real action for UCLA. Way out to the left goes Sturdivant. Receiver 2 come to the right. Gilmer, one of those. Flores Jr. the other. Martin from that shotgun at 3rd and long. Low snap, back to throw again. Pressured, now throws. It is incomplete. Ball knocked down. Tysheem Johnson, one of 2 Ducks that was right there. Johnson making the defensive play, and it'll be 4th down and long. 4th and long. And UCLA now saying, 4th down. We got to go 11 yards or 10 yards. This time we'll punt it away. Let's see if they do indeed.
Yeah, not as makeable, obviously, as the 4th and 1 they recently made. It's not a smart decision to go for it on 4th and long. You might as well punt it away, and wonder if Oregon's going to see Dante Moore in the game playing against his old school.
34-13. Oregon with a lead. Here's the snap and the punt away. High and returnable. And Tez goes outside, cuts it up, and gets hit across the 20. Well, he's taken some shots on his returns tonight. Hadn't had many opportunities, but when he has, he gets up the field in a hurry, and UCLA able to get somebody in there and take him down hard at the 21-yard line. Duck football brought to you by OCCU. Duck fans get more for the things they care about with remarkable checking and the Duck debit card. More for the game, more for gear, more for a bright future. Learn more at myoccu.org/getduckdebit.
Dylan Gabriel still in.
1st down at the 21. Tez comes in motion left, going to hand the ball off hard. Running right is Jaden Lamar. He gets a couple of hard yards. We'll go about the 23-yard line. So what's the update on the... we ask you for emails if you're outside the country. We got one or two?
I got more than one or two. Switzerland, Singapore. It was 1:59 p.m. on Sunday, Georgie.
Wow.
Ireland, Bahrain, 8:58 a.m. there.
Here's second down and 8. We'll get you some more here. Here's the handoff again. Lamar goes up the middle, finds a little room, and then Powell push him to the 28. Third down.
You see what my time zone reference has brought on?
Yeah.
A lot of listeners around the world.
Also Arkansas and Florida, New York.
Okay, I'll take those.
Yeah. India.
Wow.
Represented. Yeah, thanks for the notes. That was fun to see. Honestly, I got a bunch of them all within 5 minutes. That was cool.
Impressive. That's impressive. Thank you so much for being there, wherever you are. Here's third down and about 4. Snap back to throw. Has time. Now throws. Catch made. Turn it up. Maybe Herbert. It is Herbert. First down, catch and run to the 40-yard line. First down, Oregon. Clock moving at 5:33 remaining. And that allowed the Ducks to run in a hurry if they want to. Hard to the right-hand side. And now they're going to let that clock run. Stewart gets out to the right. Tez and Trayshawn to the left. Gabriel ready from the 40. His own 40 on first down. Back to throw again. Looking downfield. Has a lot of time. Goes over the middle. It is incomplete. Little bit behind Trayshawn Holden. He had to kind of spin back for it, but incomplete.
Not as many guys open in this second half. And again, I don't like to point my finger at number 3 on the Oregon offense as maybe a reason why when people have to pay so much attention to him, but it's been a little bit tougher road to hoe for Dylan Gabriel in this offense in the second half against UCLA's defense.
Here's second down and 10 at the 40 of Oregon. And they're going to hand it off, and James, notice Lamar going up the middle and spinning and getting a couple hard yards, almost 3. It'll be third down and near 7. Third and 7. And Jordan James will come back in. He's going to go to the right with Holden. They're going to stay close. Way outside of the left is Stewart. And Dylan Gabriel on third down and 7 from his own 43-yard line. Gets the call that he wants. Looking at the defense, UCLA will adjust. And Gabriel sends Tez in motion out to the right. And here's the pitch going right. James going to cut it up and get tackled at about the 45. So, that's going to be a flag. And Oregon's fourth down is going to turn into a first down. Stewart blocking on the outside did a really good job of blocking. But UCLA, whoever he was blocking didn't like it and just grabbed him by the ankles and flipped Stewart up in the air right in front of the official.
Yeah, look at it. It was K.J. Wallace, number 7.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Dusty Hara down below at our Toyota sideline. Mike, I heard you saying something.
Yeah, there's been a lot of John going on between the secondary of the UCLA Bruins and the Oregon Ducks receiving corps, and right there you saw the frustrations boiling over as Evan Stewart and Trayshawn Holden both doing a phenomenal job on the perimeter blocking, and that's something that both those guys take a ton of pride in. And right there as a defensive back, it gets frustrating when it wears on you for 4 quarters, and you saw those frustrations boil over.
2 receivers out to the left, handed to James up the middle. He'll go hard for a couple, 3, maybe 4 yards to about the 37. Clock down to 3:54 and continuing to run. 34-13, Oregon with a lead.
Yeah, Trayshawn Holden had buried Wallace on the outside, is what he had done. And Wallace frustrated, as Dusty said, you get going and get chippy in these games, especially when you're down and something doesn't go your way. Didn't need to fight back like you did, but 15-yard penalty.
Play clock at about 12. Dylan Gabriel Ready to run the play. Going to hand it off again, going left. James will cut it up and get a nice first down run across the 30 to the 29-yard line. And Oregon will have a fresh set of downs, and the clock down now to 3:12 remaining. He almost busted that. When life gets real, start at Kohl's, where we've lowered prices on thousands of items your family needs for whatever life brings. Kohl's, where families come first. Here's a snap in a hurry and give it to James again, going left, still on his feet down to the 21-yard line. Oregon running really hard now, and UCLA not quite putting up the fight they were early in this second half. 2:39 of the clock moving. Pickup of 7, second down and 3. And the Ducks really moving slowly now. Stewart goes out of the ball game. Sadiq's in at a tight end, 2 receivers out to the right. And Gabriel not letting the play clock run down. They are running a play. Going to hand it off going left, trying to cut it back as Whittington. He will not get it. He'll get about maybe 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 1. For UCLA, a little bit of their bench coming into play now as linebacker
Joseph. 2-minute timeout.
Joseph Vaughn comes in to get the tackle, and we get our 2-minute warning. So, yeah, it's 34-13. Most of Oregon's damage to UCLA done in that first half, but the Ducks have kind of got back a little bit of rhythm here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, just working on doing some things that are positive. You want to leave this game with a good taste in your mouth after leading 28-10 at half, frankly leading 28-3 with about 15 seconds left in the first half before Brian Addison was able to come up with the interception and take it back 96 yards to make it 28-10. And the third quarter really dominated, if there was a quarter in this game, dominated by UCLA. Not a ton of yards, but they got a field goal. And Oregon's offense really didn't do anything in that third quarter. But once they got into a rhythm of doing some things here in the fourth quarter, Oregon has scored a touchdown on their way to some more points potentially here as Oregon leads 34-13, 2 minutes left in the game.
Dusty here, our Toyota sideline Mike. Oregon, they always go to the doctor on Sunday and look back at what they did. If they'd have gone to the doctor at the end of the first half, it would have been a short trip.
It really would have been a short trip, but plenty to look at and dissect. It's a short week, and you got to have a short memory about it, because I think that's one thing that we forget when we're talking about all those time zones, Georgie. It's only 5 days away from game day if you cross enough time zones. So that Friday game is quickly approaching, and I think a lot of the mistakes that you look at that Oregon has made here in the second half have been the self-inflicted kind. A lot of penalties here today, and something that we saw cleaned up against Oregon State.
Well, it's time now to spotlight today's Best in the Game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line, and I'm going to choose Tez Johnson. Not only based on the big play that he had in the first half, a 52-yard touchdown reception from Dylan Gabriel that put Oregon up 25-3 after the 2-point conversion they were able to get in there with Kenyon Sadiq's pass to T-Ferg. But I'll tell you what, Tez Johnson, another tremendous game. That touchdown catch from Dylan Gabriel to go with his receiving in this game. 11 catches, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns, that 52-yarder being the long one. So Tez Johnson is our Old Dominion best in the game. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs, and that's Tez Johnson.
Well done. Joey Mack has got a few more out-of-this-world emails.
I do. So I wanted to catch up and make sure I didn't miss anybody. Frankfurt, Germany. Like I said, I got one from Florida, one from Arkansas, one from New York. Also from Italy, India. Let's see. Ireland. Again, Bahrain, Singapore, Switzerland, Australia. All represented just in that email.
Think about some of the food from those countries. Doesn't that make you hungry?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
It's almost breakfast time.
I mean, spaghetti.
Oh, man. Yeah, but depending on where those emails are coming from, they're having breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yeah, lobster tail.
Oh. Wow.
Good food in India, I'll tell you.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done, fans.
That was fun.
Well done. Clock at 2 minutes on a 2-minute warning. And Oregon's going to go to a safe offense. Well, actually going to hand it off and bust it up the middle. It looked very much like they were going to go to a safe offense, and I wonder if UCLA kind of thought that.
It was that same formation they scored the touchdown on that Jordan James ran up the middle with. And again, some guys that came into the game that are defensive players or extra jumbo people, just having a ball out there running that inverted wishbone.
And down to a minute 38 remaining. And Novosad into the ball game for Oregon. Austin Novosad with a minute and a half and the clock continuing to move. He'll take a snap, hand it off, and tackle immediately on a loss of a yard. Well, we're getting to that time of the year. We're almost to October, and the Cascades, snow's going to be flying. I always like to talk about Les Schwab this time of year, because having the right set of tires and wheels in your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist from Les Schwab. That's why Les Schwab Tires offers free pre-trip safety checks of your brakes, battery alignments, suspension, and steering. Stop by anytime or schedule your appointment online at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires doing the right thing since 1952. And we're getting to that tire chain and snow tire season. Close. Here's that victory formation now. Novosad will take a knee, and the clock will go in the final 37 seconds, and there will not be another play. That will be it, and teams begin to come across the field, and we're going to get our final score in 27 seconds. Great first half, marred by a pick six of 96 yards by UCLA, but you toss that aside, but don't say that to head coach Dan Lanning, because you don't toss that aside. That's part of the game. But otherwise, in the first half, Oregon, offensively and defensively, I thought played really, really well. Second half, a little bit different. You got to give, actually, UCLA some credit for coming in the second half and going, okay, we got a plan now.
Well, they gave themselves a little bit of a shot in the arm by the play at the end of the first half by Brian Addison. Otherwise, it would have been interesting to see how this UCLA team would have responded being down 28-3 or worse if Oregon had gotten points out of that drive. But they didn't, and UCLA did. And I think it gave them a shot on the arm coming into the second half to really work hard. And, you know, it'd be just as easy to say, hey, listen, we know we're not as good a team. We maybe don't have the guys that you do right now. We've been hurt by transfer portal, coaching moves, whatever else it might be. But UCLA came out and played hard in this second half, played an excellent third quarter. But Oregon's defense, again, I look at it, gave up 6 points here tonight defensively. The other 7 points off of an interception that thrown by Dylan Gabriel. It was taken back the other direction for a touchdown. What a great job by Oregon's defense tonight and Oregon's offense in particular in the first half to be able to establish that large lead.
So here we are, post-game show coming up. Final score, Oregon 34, UCLA 13. We'll detail it all for you coming back. And in the locker room, Dusty Hare will have our head coach, Dan Lanning, to talk about his feelings of this game here tonight in Pasadena. 34-13 the final. Post-game show coming up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Family is a full-time job. There's lunches to make, laundry to do, the list goes on. It's a lot. But with Kohl's Epic Deals, I don't spend a lot. I got Active Styles for $9.99, a kitchen appliance for $12.99, and teas for $7.99. Plus, I earn 3 times the rewards as a Kohl's Rewards member. See for yourself now through Sunday only at Kohl's. Select styles. Offers in September 29th. Kohl's Rewards enrollment required for rewards. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Dear summer vacay, load up on fun in a new Toyota. Go off-road in the 4Runner, haul it all in the Tundra, play hard in the Tacoma, or take the scenic route in the all-new all-hybrid Camry. Visit Toyota.com for more info. Toyota, let's go places.
Before laughs in the parking lot became beers in the stadium with new friends, someone had to bring the 6-pack of Kona Big Wave. Kona Big Wave. Bring the aloha. Copyright 2023 Kona Brewing Co., St. Louis, Missouri. Enjoy responsibly.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best.